the Justice Department unsealing a criminal complaint in a thwarted plot, charging an unnamed official in Iran's Revolutionary Guard accused of working with another man who is named in the charges to put together a plan.
According to the Justice Department, specifically the Southern District of New York, they're looking for a 51-year-old who they believe resides in Iran. His name is Farhad Shakiri. And according to the Justice Department, he was working with the Iran Revolutionary Guard Corps on a plot to kill then former President Trump, now President-elect Trump, just a few months ago said, quote, it would cost a huge amount of money. That's what he allegedly told the folks back in Iran.
Fox's David Spunt in Washington. The complaint also accuses Shakiri of working with two New York City residents who are also charged to surveil and murder an unnamed U.S. citizen who opposes the Iranian regime. Also just getting word that Special Counsel Jack Smith is moving to drop his election interference case against President-elect Trump. The Justice Department does not prosecute sitting presidents. Still, the federal judge on that case would have to sign off. The Smith classified documents case had already been tossed out after a Supreme Court ruling on presidential immunity. Smith is expected to drop his appeal of that dismissal. A caravan of thousands of migrants heading through Mexico to the U.S., reportedly shrinking now that a second Trump term is coming. Mexican President Sheinbaum says she spoke to Trump about the border in their first call yesterday. Mexico's top diplomat says they plan to continue measures that reduce the flow of migrants at Mexico's southern border. Dozens of arrests in Amsterdam after Israeli soccer fans were attacked by mobs of pro-Palestinian protesters after a game there. Israel now flying some citizens home from the Netherlands. America is listening to Fox News.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
It's a nice November evening across the St. Louis area. Partly cloudy skies. Evening temps in the 50s, 46 for the low. Gorgeous on Friday. Mostly sunny, 62. Dry Friday night. Evening and all night long. Partly cloudy, 46. Saturday, periods of rain. Couple of spot storms. 60 for the high. Keep it wet Saturday night. But Sunday and Monday, perfect. Partly sunny and nice, 65 each day. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Attention, Missouri residents in need of care at home. If you have Medicaid and need assistance with daily activities, you can receive free in-home care from a loved one, funded by Medicaid with no cost to you. Freedom Care, Missouri's #1 home care provider, gives you the power to choose who provides your care, and they get paid instantly. Imagine your daughter, son, a close relative, or trusted friend helping you with cooking, transportation, laundry, and other activities in your own home. You get the help you need, and your caregiver gets paid instantly after their shift. Freedom Care has over 5,000 five-star Google reviews and is #1 in Missouri for in-home care. If you have Medicaid and want great care from a loved one that's 100% free to you, go to freedomcare.com or call 314-557-3027. That's 314-557-3027. 314-557-3027.
Honey, is our car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My sister just got an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover our repair bills if anything happens to our car, new brakes, a transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait a minute, we pay nothing on the repairs? Ox gets it fixed for us? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance? What's the number?
800-296-3315. Ox has a 30-day money-back guarantee and an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike other warranty companies. We should call now. 800-296-3315.
The last thing we need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-296-3315. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care. 800-296-3315 or oxcarcare.com.
At Neovitin, we are all about supporting your nutrition, and that's why we are excited about our new Neovitin Omega-3 supplement. Neovitin Omega-3 is formulated with 1,200 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids to help support healthy hearts. Our high-quality omega-3 fish oils are sourced from wild-caught fish and tested for heavy metals. With our convenient monthly subscription, you can get Neovitin Omega-3 delivered right to your door every month with no long-term obligations. Support your daily nutrition and sign up for a Neovitin Omega-3 subscription at neovitin.com today.
Is thinning hair or a receding hairline making you self-conscious? Try Hair Grow from New Nordic. Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start feeling your best with Hair Grow. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Happy Friday. Welcome to the Annie Fry Show. It's good to be here. It's just still a good day. I've been having some good days lately. They've been gooder.
How long has it been since you woke up and you said, I want to read the news?
Well, I mean, I feel like that's all I ever do is read news, but I chuckle through a lot of it now.
It's a little more fun.
Yeah. It's amusing and entertaining. There's lots to talk about today. There is going to be the proverbial phrase in the business, which I feel as though it's not just specific to this one, is drinking through a fire hose, from a fire hose. And every day you'll tune in, and we're getting into the holidays. 47 days.
Hey, 47?
47 days.
Wow.
Until Christmas. 47. 47. What a great 47-ish number.
That means Sunday's 45.
That's good math.
Thank you.
45 and 47. There's just going to be so much news that develops because there's so much work to do. I don't know if you said this on the air. Did you say this on the air yesterday, Ryan, about...
If it was smart, I probably did.
No, it wasn't that.
Then no.
You said you were talking... Wasn't it you that was talking about like the next morning after the election, Donald Trump was on the phone?
Yeah, that was me. That was that night. The report was coming from somebody like Axios, who has no interest in telling us how great the campaign is being run. But they said that night, the staffer, and so the report was coming from the staffers, not Trump. The staffers were a little bit surprised because they were told, okay, tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, bright and early, let's get going. And they were like, we're at the rally party right now, the winning party, and we're being told, okay, Wednesday morning, just like usual, let's get to work.
Yes. There's a lot to do, and we're going to go into, here in this hour, the video that Donald Trump put out that talks about what is going to happen with the deep state, which is the biggest intrigue, in my opinion, of all of it. Because all of the stuff that needs to be fixed in this country right now, the economy, the border, the way we address education, the way we address illegal immigrants who are here right now, the way that, depending on your political lean or what you post on social media, what are the consequences of saying the wrong thing? That's not an American thing at all. All of that stuff can only be fixed if the deep state is fixed. Because Donald Trump can go in there and write executive orders and, put the 94 executive orders back into play where he now has his old policy back in. And, these are all the things, 94 policies that Joe Biden undid. That was their border policy. What did Trump do? We're going to do the opposite of it. He can put all of that stuff back in play. But then in 2028, if J.D. Vance or whomever the nominee is in 2028, if they're not the winner, then they just undo it again. So you've got to get to a place where the bureaucracy isn't holding you back from being able to legislate, where Congress actually does reflect the people who they represent. That's the Republic. If we can keep it, we will not keep the Republic if the deep state continues to deep state. And so we're going to go through and listen to, he has, I think, 10 separate points that he's looking to dive into. And I think it's number 4. I think it's number 4 that is my favorite, but we'll go through that at 12:25.
Ooh,
These videos that are, you like the tease?
Oh, yeah. I thought we were going to do it now.
No.
Okay.
No, we're going to do it at 12:25 so that we can properly vet each and every one of those things. I love the social media and social media's ability right now to get Donald Trump's message out. You don't ever have to tune into CNN or MSNBC or even Fox News to find out what the president has had to say about something. He's directly going to you. And he seems, to your point, Ryan, about like the next morning, it's like, hey, we've got work to do, and it starts like now. And I got to imagine there are some people who showed up to that meeting with a headache.
Oh, heck yeah. And with no sleep. I bet some of them didn't even go to sleep.
Right.
You just went right through the next day.
Trump doesn't drink, has never had a sip of alcohol in his life, so he says, correct?
Right. Yep.
He doesn't drink, never, drugs, none
drugs.
of that stuff. But it's kind of funny to have somebody at the helm who like doesn't live that lifestyle. He also doesn't really sleep a whole lot. So he's just a super high functioning person in a way that most people aren't. The natural thing, and I mean, good grief, if you were part of that team and you want to celebrate with a drink or two, be responsible and don't make bad decisions. But you'd think to yourself, we won. Nope, got to go to work.
No, yeah.
That's what we need.
It really is, because the minute all of us, we had to be at work the next day too. I'm not saying we took a day off, but we all wanted to just sort of exhale. And I think this whole week has been a process in some ways, almost emotionally, of exhaling. But we all also realized on Wednesday, wow, that's amazing. Let's take a break here. Let's take a breath. And then let's get to work. Well, they were already working while we were saying that, which is very comforting because you expect them to take a day. It's been an unbelievable slog for everybody. And to know that the team you just elected is there to do the work, very happy to see that.
You know what? We say that phrase and we say it ironically because that's all Kamala Harris in her campaign said was do the work, do the work, do the work. It's not the phrase that was the problem. It's the fact that we're like, what does that mean?
What's the work?
What are you working on?
I still don't know.
No, that's the problem. That's why she lost.
That's why she lost. What are you going to do?
There are people on all of the news. I can't get enough of it, guys. I can't. I was up late last night watching clips of non-usual media for me. Non-usual consumption. Stuff that I has shied away from because I just can't stand it. I can't stand the oozing arrogance that comes out of MSNBC. And the funny thing is they haven't stopped with the arrogance.
No.
There's no point of like, oh, we really learned our lesson big this time. And some people are, but it isn't the overarching tone out there. And so I don't even know what this guy's name is. I got to figure out what his name is because I'm only referring to him as Frozone because he looks just like him. But he is on MSNBC with Mika. Frozone is big
particularly
sad.
The media ecosystem it's not a good one, it's a negative one, it's a radicalization funnel. But what they have done in their online media ecosystem is build a radicalization engine, literally the way militant groups do around the world, that takes people from relatively low-level annoyances with the world. Why are eggs so expensive? Why is my kid learning this new thing in American history in school that I didn't learn? and then moves them through YouTube videos, through podcasts, moves them from that annoyance all the way slowly to a full-blown fascist politics. It's an elaborate multi-billion-dollar infrastructure, and there is nothing like it on the pro-democracy side. We don't have an when
Nothing like it at all. You can't find anything that looks like, I mean, just like you would expect a villain to talk. Frozone here is saying there is no structure on the left that has bastardized the truth and facts of the matter and single-handedly, through a conveyor belt-like fashion, spit out lies and deceit to the American people to radicalize them. You can't find that anywhere, Frozone.
As a person on the anti-democracy side, I am very offended by that clip.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I just got to own the label.
He's just really ticked off that the alternative to the deep state, swampy MSNBC's mainstream media, which we can't even call mainstream anymore because nobody watches it, just like nobody votes for it. He's just mad that there's an alternative in this capitalistic society that, thank the Lord in heaven, we still live in, that there is an option for free-thinking people to look at this guy and his very, very happy circle of very happy people like Mika Brzezinski and Joe Scarborough. How dare you watch something other than the crap we've been serving up for so many years? Oh, I'm so sad for you, Frozone. You lose in the end.
You know what I heard when I was listening to that was something that sounded much more shrill. It sounded like this. My power!
I'm melting. Yeah. It's not good. Real legitimate question here. I don't know. Do we have the Jimmy Kimmel video?
Yesterday.
Yesterday? Okay, I should be able to go back and find it here. Jimmy Kimmel and his open yesterday. Guys, we got to talk about this. We got to understand what exactly is going on here. He went in his opening monologue. What's the name of his show? Not Tonight. The Late Night? What is he?
I think it's Late Night with Jimmy Kimmel.
Is he Letterman?
Yes. No, that's Colbert.
Well, that's tragic.
I can't remember what Kimmel did.
Well, we make our own point.
Let's be honest, it was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go, for healthcare, for our climate, for science, for journalism, for justice, for free speech. It was a terrible night for poor people, for the middle class, for seniors who rely on Social Security, for our allies in Ukraine, for NATO.
The lip quiver.
Ooh, it's good.
For Ukraine. Let's go back to September 23rd. Donald Trump says,
as president-elect, if I win this election, the first thing I'm going to do is call up Zelensky and call up President Putin, and I'm going to say, you got to make a deal. This is crazy. I would fix.
So when you listen to Donald Trump, they're saying they're worried. This is the mindset. This is mind-blowing to me. And I don't hear people making this point yet, but I'm going to make it right here. It's mind-blowing to me that the left is like, oh, poor Zelensky and the Ukrainian people. They're going to stop sending the money. They're going to stop the war.
They've been in a war for like 2 years.
They're going to stop the war. They're not going to need the money. They're going to stop the war. What do you want? Why is it that you would be so psychotic in your brain, so disillusioned by what reality is, that you would be sad that the Ukrainian people aren't going to get to continue to enjoy wheelbarrows full of American hard-earned dollars that are taxed out of your paycheck and shipped over to Ukraine to defend themselves in a war that you think is unjust? What if we stopped the war? This is a perfect example of big government creating big problems where they take big amounts out of your paycheck to fund the big problems, to provide solutions that they then wrap around and sell you in campaign commercials. Donald Trump wants to stop the war. And they're like, oh, Zelensky. What did Jimmy Kimmel do that he's so scared right now? That's the only other question that I have. Go on.
That little recycler that you just did there, where you talked about the government doing one thing, then the media supporting it, and then gaslighting you.
Frozone?
That sounds a lot like what the pro-democracy side said doesn't exist.
It sounds like fascism.
You know what else?
Which is also incredibly ironic.
That clip you played from Trump, he said, the first thing I'm going to do when I'm elected president, he did that already. He's already talking to them. He's following through with that promise.
Hamas or somebody is like, let's just like take a deep breath.
Maybe just call me now.
Did you see what?
Don't answer your phone or pager when it rings.
Did you see what
just
Qatar
set it
said?
over there.
The government of Qatar said that if you're Hamas, you can't stay here anymore. So the leaders of Hamas were living the good life in Qatar. And they said, you're out. You're gone.
It's not even day one. It's day like
He's
negative
not even the president.
92 or something. I got to put a new countdown in. Yeah. Why didn't I have done that already?
It's amazing to watch. They're like, uh-oh, he got elected. Let's get in line.
Oh, no.
Oh, we need to end these wars now. The money's going to stop.
The other thing is, and just to like set the table for where we are today versus where we were before the election with all these egotistical, arrogant pimple poppers that are on all of these lamestream media outlets, they are all now, I can't just play a video online because they're swearing like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is for real. This is a minor annoyance in my life as a broadcaster regulated by the FCC in a way that cable news isn't.
Right.
But I wanted to play Frozone for you at the beginning of the show, but I'm like, oh my gosh, is he one of the ones who keeps saying the word BS? Use bologna sausage like a civilized person, like we do here.
Or just say BS.
Yeah.
You don't have to use the whole thing.
Oh my gosh. I want to play the Scott Jennings video. I can't play it because that guy, this comedian, I looked him up. He's a comedian. He's the saddest, angriest clown I've ever seen.
Oh, I didn't know that guy was a comedian.
Nobody does.
Oh, that's
forgot.
Unfortunate for him.
Scott Jennings is making articulate points. Do we have the clip of that? Do we have an edit? Let me send it to
Yes.
Ethan and maybe he can edit it for us. I didn't send it along to you because it was so profane. I'm like, well, we can't use this. But the point remains. These folks are not okay, and they're not okay not because the country's not okay, because their insulation isn't okay anymore. Their status quo has dramatically changed, and America celebrates. Guys, Donald Trump is going to be the president again. He's going to be the president again. He's going to be the president again.
So good.
It's not going to be like last time either. He is going to do things it is like last time in the sense that we don't really know what to expect. We don't really know everything he's going to be able to accomplish in this 4 years.
The YouTube live chat poll for today is MAGA for everyone. Yes or no? Because if you're watching social medias right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a particular young age and you are sad and scared right now, do not document it for the world. Talk to people. Talk to people who matter to you. It's okay to be mad and sad and scared if you believe that something as bad as what you think is going to happen. I understand why you're angry and scared and sad. Talk to people about it. Have conversations. Feel your emotions. But don't share it with the entirety of the world by videoing it. This is not a rational way to manage your emotions. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Donald Trump's plan to dismantle the deep state. I think it has 10 points. We're going to watch the video. We're going to listen to his points, point by point, and discuss them on the Annie Fry Show. When we come back, don't go away.
This is the Annie Fry Show. The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Michael's Flooring Outlet online at igotfloored.com. If you're shopping for flooring, do not hesitate this weekend to visit Michael's Flooring Outlet and support a locally owned and operated business. That matters, doesn't it? To go to your neighbors and to people who started their business here, have grown their business here, and been successful for 30 years. They've done that by doing the job the correct way. And when you support people, especially who support this station, that's a cycle that we want to keep repeating. Michael's Flooring Outlet promises to deliver to you wonderful quality, carpet, wonderful quality tile, laminate, hardwood, luxury vinyl plank, whatever it is that you're looking to install into your home, Michael's Flooring Outlet is going to be able to provide that to you at a really great value. That matters absolutely today as much as it ever has before. They do have 3 locations across the St. Louis area. They can work in both Missouri and Illinois with your installation, and you can read the reviews and request an estimate online from Michael's Flooring Outlet. Online at igotfloored.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Point.
Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
Ugh, I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down.
Ace.
You're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Life is challenging and ever-changing. Take control with passive income through real estate investing. Learn how. Learn now. Let Del Walmsley and Lifestyles Unlimited's investors and mentors show you. Meet Del's team live in St. Louis. 2 days only at the Hilton Frontenac, Saturday and Sunday, November 9th and 10th. Register now at DelHelpMeNow.com. That's DelHelpMeNow.com. Enter promo code 2024 for a special discount offer. DelHelpMeNow.com. Code 2024.
Prescription products require completion of an online consultation with an independent healthcare provider and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Additional restrictions apply. See website for more details and safety information.
Did you know millions of people are getting prescription medications for weight loss, sexual health, better sleep, and more, all online? RexMD.com has made getting these medications fast and easy, with free delivery of the most popular medications right to your door. Just fill out a brief survey, and if appropriate, we'll prescribe and ship clinically proven options to help with issues like weight loss.
I've lost 45 pounds so far. It's nice to get back into clothes that I haven't been able to wear for a long time.
We can also help with insomnia.
I slept through the whole night. It made me feel very well rested and ready to go for the day.
And RexMD can improve your sexual health.
I felt like a young man again. My wife is happier. I am definitely much happier.
At RexMD.com, we've made the process fast, easy, and affordable. Visit RexMD.com right now to get started. That's REXMD.com.
Hi, I'm Officer John Van Gordon, recruiter with the Springfield Police Department. We are currently looking for driven, qualified, and team-oriented citizens to become the next generation of community-minded servants here in Springfield. Our salaries and benefits are paid from day one. Plus, right now, new recruits are eligible to receive a $5,000 hiring incentive, and experienced officers looking to transfer are eligible for $10,000. To learn more, visit GoSPD.com. That's GoSPD.com.
Brought to you by the Springfield, Missouri Police Department.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Fall weather is on its way. Time to schedule your heating system check to make sure you heat your home safely. Schedule your heating system check today at aircomfortservice.com.
Now it's time for the Aftermath Analysis. Keep it here post-election to get details and commentary on everything the mainstream media isn't reporting on. Democracy 2024. The vision and strategy for 2025 is here.
Hey, pretty mama, I can smell the gumbo. Sweetest taste of honeysuckle on my lips. Good God Almighty, I can hear the trombone. Every heart ought to beat to a rhythm like this.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on X at Annie Fry Show.
Sunday morning, standing on the corner at Carondelet. What you say we make our way up to Bourbon, a couple hurricanes and a hand grenade, and get blown away. Let the chips fall where they may.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. Happy Friday. Happy President-elect Donald Trump Friday.
Hey, that's a good name for it.
You know what tomorrow is?
Saturday?
No.
President-elect Donald Trump Saturday.
That's what it is. I want to talk about the video that was recently put out here by Donald Trump. I think it was put out yesterday. And Donald Trump has, I think it's a 10-point plan to address the deep state. And this is definitely something that I know that I think when people are talking about Donald Trump going in and getting revenge, they think that him going after the deep state is somehow or another the way he's going to end up getting revenge on people. And so there's a lot of shaking in their boots for whatever it is that Donald Trump is going to do. So let's talk about the plan that he has put out here and how it's going to materialize.
Here's my plan to dismantle the deep state and reclaim our democracy from Washington corruption once and for all, and corruption it is. First, I will immediately reissue my 2020 executive order restoring the president's authority to remove rogue bureaucrats, and I will wield that power very aggressively. Second, we will clean out all of the corrupt actors in our national security and intelligence apparatus, and there are plenty of them. The departments and agencies that have been weaponized will be completely overhauled so that faceless bureaucrats will never again be able to target and persecute conservatives, Christians, or the left's political enemies, which they're doing now at a level that nobody can believe even possible. Third, we will totally reform FISA courts, which are so corrupt that the judges seemingly do not care when they are lied to in warrant applications. So many judges have seen so many applications that they know were wrong, or at least they must have known. They do nothing about it. They're lied to. Fourth, to expose the hoaxes and abuses of power that have been tearing our country apart, we will establish a Truth and Reconciliation Commission to declassify and publish all documents on deep state spying, censorship, and corruption, and there are plenty of them. Fifth, we will launch a major crackdown on government leakers who collude with the fake news to deliberately weave false narratives and to subvert our government and our democracy. When possible, we will press criminal charges. Sixth, we will make every Inspector General's office independent and physically separated from the departments they oversee so they do not become the protectors of the deep state. Seventh, I will ask Congress to establish an independent auditing system to continually monitor our intelligence agencies to ensure they are not spying on our citizens or running disinformation campaigns against the American people, or that they are not spying on someone's campaign like they spied on my campaign. Eighth, we will continue the effort launched by the Trump administration to move parts of the sprawling federal bureaucracy to new locations outside the Washington swamp. Just as I moved the Bureau of Land Management to Colorado, as many as 100,000 government positions could be moved out, and I mean immediately, of Washington to places filled with patriots who love America, and they really do love America. Ninth, I will work to ban federal bureaucrats from taking jobs at the companies they deal with and that they regulate. So they deal with these companies and they regulate these companies, and then they want to take jobs from these companies. Doesn't work that way. Such a public display cannot go on, and it's taking place all the time, like with Big Pharma. Finally, I will push a constitutional amendment to impose term limits on members of Congress. This is how I will shatter the deep state and restore government that is controlled by the people and for the people. Thank you very much.
Oh, man. Oh, you took the music out, right? The best part of the Dark Knight soundtrack that somebody put under that. I don't know that they did it. I'm going to have to go listen to that again and get the conclusion of that. It's such an amazing plan. It is such an amazing 10-point with specificity. And I saw somebody in the comments here comment and say, it sounds like the MAGA version of lawfare. Well, we sure know what the non-MAGA version of lawfare looks like. And for anybody who thinks that, just sit down, take a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out. We're talking about using the levers of representative government to check the government, not the people on the other side of the power that is currently existing with a political party. Huge difference. When you go in and use representatives that change with every single election cycle to check the balance of power from bureaucrats who are never elected, who are nameless, who are faceless, who know with exceeding arrogance that they can continue to control the levers of government, and nobody even knows what their name is. Donald Trump, the people's president, is going to come into office on January 20th and put into play his 10-point plan to make sure that the American government serves the people that sent them there, and if they don't serve the people who sent them there, they go home. Plain and simple. Lawfare is when people with power wield their power against helpless people who have no recourse. We have seen that in action, and I would say that the American electorate just said this week, enough. Enough of it. We don't do lawfare like this anymore. Give the government back to the people. And if this makes you nervous, raise your hand. We want to know which ones you are that are nervous by this new people first, America first idea of government. That's what Donald Trump represents. And yes, he's ready to do the work. And we know in a 10-point specified plan what that work is.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to file what Annie just said away for when this starts happening in January and February. People, and the news media especially, are going to freak out and say that he's destroying the government.
We're gonna laugh at that.
That's the point. If you have people in your life or in your media telling you that the elected representatives are destroying the permanent, faceless, nameless representatives that you don't elect, that's a problem. It's good to get rid of those people, or at least have checks and balances on those people, which is what this entire 10 points is about.
Yes. It's so good. It's so good. And, you know, yeah, it might happen in February when he takes office and starts putting this plan in place. But this is right now, folks. This is what has happened since Donald Trump has been elected. A little montage. Everybody likes a good montage, right? A little montage.
If the Democrats fail, it might be the end of American bureaucracy.
Our bureaucracy really is in fundamental peril.
The foundations of American bureaucracy under attack. They want to destroy our bureaucracy.
We are a bureaucracy in danger. We're watching an election where people are on the ballot openly advocating the end of bureaucracy.
That's what Republicans are doing, attacking bureaucracy, attempting to destroy bureaucracy, and they're doing it with glee.
This is the end of bureaucracy in America.
When will America stop sleepwalking towards the end of bureaucracy?
Right. It's Democrats versus, as Bill Kristol says, the end of bureaucracy.
We are essentially, as Neil put it, one vote away from sort of the end of bureaucracy as we know it.
I think our bureaucracy and the stability of that bureaucracy is really the thing on the ballot and really so important.
Is that Kinzinger?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, baby. Who's a sad boy?
That's a lot of fun.
So much fun. This is so much fun. I'm moving into my, let the emotions out phase. That'll probably be over by the end of the weekend. We'll get down to work, get to do the work or whatever that is on Monday. But here's why it's so much fun to me, because they still don't get it at all.
Well, it makes so much what's so funny about that clip is that somebody took all those clips of people saying it's the end of democracy and just replaced the word bureaucracy.
It's a little more honest.
Over it. And it sounds so much more honest as to what they were actually saying.
And like an idea I would co-sign.
Yes.
The bureaucracy is not representative of the American people. And, you know, you've got the opportunity to replace people anytime a new administration comes in. You've got the opportunity to replace people that are at the top of these different departments or whatever it might be. There are people who can't be replaced. Like, for instance, the Fed chair. Donald Trump can't come in and fire him, and he said yesterday he ain't going to quit. Okay. But when you look at, the people who are at the heads of the Justice Department, of our investigative organizations, there is so much that can be done to return that back to the people, but you have to trust the person who's making the decision to go in there, to say that they're going to do it. You have to trust that they understand the why that you do it. Not just, it's a good thing to say and people are going to really like the idea. Let's give the government back to the people. That sounds, okay, yes, good idea, sounds great. Hard to, argue with that point. All of these people on all of these mainstream outlets are weeping over the idea of the bureaucratic stability of the American government going away. It's the whole point. And it's going to happen.
I'm so glad that he's released this video so quickly to make it clear this is a huge priority for me.
Right.
This is one of the reasons you elected me. This is day one stuff or week one stuff, however you want to put it. I tell you what, I almost said this in the first segment. The big headline kind of sexy news stuff that the people are going to be talking about is the cleaning up of the corruption in law enforcement. And that's what a lot of these points are about.
And law enforcement is at a...
Not your local police.
Yeah, that's a high level.
We're talking about FBI, CIA. We're talking about people who are way above our pay grade doing things that he's talking about, spying on campaigns, getting rid of all that stuff. But the one thing in there, and I was waiting for it because I got through about half this list yesterday, and then I got distracted by other work, and so I hadn't heard the rest of it. I got through about number 5. And so all the rest of those, I'm writing them down because oh, yeah, okay. And I really hope he gets to the rest because he's talking mostly about high-level law enforcement here. And other things, too, like the FISA courts. That's good. But number 9, he says ban bureaucrats from becoming basically revolving door employees at the places they regulate.
Yeah, who gets serviced by that? The pharma companies, the big companies, and then the lobbyists who give them what they want.
It is almost every big industry in the United States that will be affected by this, and they do not have your best interests in mind. You talk about corporate collusion, all that stuff that traditional liberals used to hate. This is that stuff. This is the stuff that real conservatives hate. If he's going in and busting that up, I am so excited.
I really liked number 8, where he talked about moving parts of the federal bureaucracy to new locations outside of Washington, D.C., physically spreading stuff out. Like, when you have standing water, you got to get rid of standing water so you don't have those blood-sucking insects everywhere. So you got to take these things and you got to spread these out across the country.
Talking about bugs or DC?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I think the idea of putting these, like, I know why they were in Washington to begin with. It's because when they wrote the Constitution and when they built these agencies, you had horses and carriages and you needed to talk to people and you had old school mail with ponies. Now you've got the internet, jets, mass transportation. You can get to places farther away faster and you can communicate easy. I think that moving people away from the swamp where they're so easily influenced and they can focus on what they're supposed to be doing is going to have a bigger impact than anybody actually understands.
It's nice.
Remember that we did it on the live stream. It's really hard to do this on the air, but I shared I'll retweet it right now. Those dogs walking around yesterday. It's Trump voters today, and it's just dogs walking around strutting.
Yeah, they look like they're just either prancing or proud.
It's just they're very happy. I totally relate to it. This weekend is Veterans Day, of course, and we're going to have a big weekend with our celebration and acknowledgement of Veterans Day. Sunday, we are going to be in Florissant. And Monday, the Annie Fry Show is going to be in the Edwardsville Veterans Day Parade. Ryan, can you give us the details on how people can come out? I mean, yes, we would love to see you, but this is for the veterans. And my heart swells when I think about people who serve this country. I know them personally. My grandfather served in World War II. So proud of America this week specifically, but of the understanding of what it has taken to get a free country the way we are, and that there are still men and women who are serving. I love every single one of the veterans that I know. I know other people do too. We can acknowledge that this weekend.
Great weekend to celebrate our veterans. It's going to be nice weather too, by the way, so no excuse. Like, show up and have some fun with us. Florissant, 97.1 is there every year. This year, no exception. That is Sunday at 1 p.m. in Florissant. I believe Mark Cox is the MC of that one this year.
Sweet.
I've done it before. I know a couple other people have too. I think
we'll all be there.
And well, I'm not going to, I will not, but I will be Monday.
You're going Monday.
Yeah, I have a conflict. But Edwardsville, Monday, we'll all be, the Annie Fry Show will be there. Veterans Day Parade starts at 3 p.m. on Monday.
And it's on Main Street. So come out and acknowledge it. Thank you so much to Cassins & Sons, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram for sponsoring these and giving us the opportunity to put some of their sweet vehicles in the Florissant Parade and to just be able to come together and really put our whole effort. It could have gone worse. I've said worse.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Whole effort into acknowledging these veterans. But if you're feeling patriotic this week, it does not happen without our veterans. We need to line these streets. I'm telling you right now, you need to go to both of these parades. We want to see you at both of them. So go to the website 971talk.com/events if you want to learn more details on those parades. Quick break. When we come back, the Be or Not the Bee.
Yep.
How good is this week's Be or Not the Bee?
Oh, man, I'm glad you asked because it's really good.
I have high expectations, and
These
I thought
are
you'd
some
deliver.
of the best ones.
All right. Stick around. Join us on the Annie Fry YouTube channel because you're going to get to see a little surprise here in just a minute on the YouTube channel. So come on to Annie Fry on YouTube and also vote in the live chat poll. Is MAGA for everyone? Yes or no? Stick around. The Be or Not the Bee next.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on X at Annie Fry Show.
Come a little closer, honey, let me hold you. Nothing tastes better than a bourbon kiss. You could be the flower on my magnolia. Every heart ought to beat to a rhythm like this.
The Retirement Advisory Group wants to make sure that you can go into retirement with a big exhale, a lot of confidence, and the excitement that you've been dreaming about, hanging up the uniform or the keys or whatever it is that you've been working your tail off for so many decades. Now you want to enjoy that retirement, but what is it going to take? Have you done enough? If you go to retirementkey.com and you are somebody who is right there at that age, maybe late 50s, early 60s, maybe you've even just retired, and you want to make sure that you've done the things that need to happen in order to protect everything you've worked for and keep it working for you in the future, the Retirement Advisory Group, they are there to guide you through that whole process. 314-993-9494, 314-993-9494. You call them directly and you let them know that Annie sent you, and you have a free conversation with them with zero obligation when it's over. Talk to Thomas Helbig, Bob, and Tammy Kershaw. They're wonderful people, and they're excited to guide you along with the rest of their clientele who have never lost a penny of their nest egg. Find them online at retirementkey.com.
A lot of people, when they come in, they'll say, this is my last hope. The next step is getting them in the right arch supports. Our goal is to have that long-term change for them, to see someone that is in pain. I change things for them. See how we can help you with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
Retired or retiring soon? How much money do you need to live comfortably? Retirement Planners of America is here for you. Would you like to have financial peace of mind? Here's how. Step 1. Find out the amount of money you'll need to retire. Step 2. Have a plan to get there. Step 3. Make sure that plan can take advantage of market gains but protect you from market losses. Discover how to do all three with a free consultation at 800-508-6108. That's 800-508-6108.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance does not guarantee future results.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
In Missouri, farming isn't just a profession, it's a purpose. You can feel it in our 27 million acres of farmland. You can see it in the nearly 41,000 Missourians who work in agriculture. You can hear it at our farmers markets. You can count it in the $93.7 billion it brings our state. And you can taste it at your family's dinner table. A lot of farmers in our state rely on Bayer's tools and inventions because Bayer has a purpose too, to help farmers thrive. Learn more at go.bayer.com/purpose, paid for by Bayer.
Are you worried about the state of the economy? Concerned about market crashes and rising inflation wiping out your savings? At Noble Gold Investments, we understand your fears and have a solution. Call us today at 1-888-403-1050. Imagine safeguarding you and your family with a tangible asset that has stood the test of time. Gold. With Noble Gold Investments, you can diversify your portfolio and protect your wealth from economic turmoil. Our team will guide you through the process, ensuring you make informed decisions that best suit your needs. Call Noble Gold Investments today at 1-888-403-1050. That's 1-888-403-1050. The future is uncertain. Take control now. Call 1-888-403-1050.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Rhino Shield is far superior to even the best traditional exterior house
wash paint. Rhino Shield is 8 to 10 times thicker than paint and comes with a 25-year transferable warranty. Rhino Shield is the only ceramic coating company that has been chosen by Disney, This Old House, and 3 times on HGTV's Curb Appeal, where every episode is concentrated on unpainted brick, bonds and seals to stucco, wood, hardy, block, color lock, masonite, and more. No better product for those steel aluminum-sided homes that have become, chalky and tired looking. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. After 15 years, we've got a great reputation and a superior product. As long as it's affordable, why wouldn't you do it? Before you make the costly mistake of painting with traditional paint, you'd be best served to call Rhino Shield today. We are the experts and our evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Is MAGA for everyone? Yes or no? YouTube live chat poll of the day. Is MAGA for everyone? 12:50. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
This Sunday, the undefeated Chiefs face the Broncos at Arrowhead. Touchdown, Kansas City! Pre-game at 11, Seitan Cancer Center, game time 12 noon. And you can hear the game here on 97.1 FM Talk.
I get up, I get down, and I'm jumping around. And the rumpus and ruckus are comfortable now. Been a hell of a ride, but I'm thinking it's time to grow. So
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show.
Across from the park, put quinoa in my fridge, still I'm not feeling grown. Been a hell of a ride, but I'm thinking it's time to go.
Here we go.
Wiggins!
Oh, Wiggins! The bee or not the bee?
Here we go. It's a bunch of stories that are either real or satire from the Babylon Bee. I'll read the headline. You got to tell me which is which. First one. Poli-sci professor says her election predictions were wrong because she forgot to factor in racism and misogyny.
No, that's not real. No, it's not real. I mean, that is real. That's not
That's
the
real?
bee. Yeah.
Oh no.
There's a little
the
bit of
bee.
a fight in the studio. We got to determine something here.
No, we have to weigh in. I think that it is for real.
You think it's real?
Yes. Charlie's son,
Charlie?
who is shadowing Ethan today professionally. You think that's the bee or not the bee?
What was it?
Two choices,
Wait,
one or two.
Just guess. You think it's real or not real?
Real.
Real.
Yeah, that's
Real.
definitely real.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be the only one. I'm going to say it's the B because.
No, I watched this video.
Brad, I appreciate you going out on a limb.
Yeah.
You are wrong.
Brad got the levers of Flight of the Bumblebee one time.
Yeah, he did.
Jumping
Oh,
She's like,
man.
why don't you put it in there and use it? Oh, I guess this is why.
That says why. Now, this is a real story.
We'll grow.
This Harris supporter and former poli-sci professor had been sharing pro-Harris numbers with hundreds of thousands of followers, and her early election night analysis has gone viral over the last couple days. Now it's been coupled with her post-election analysis, where she claims there's one fundamental thing you cannot account for when you're using data to predict or project the outcome of an election. It's you can't factor in the impact of racism or the existence of racism and misogyny.
Sounds like you could. You just did.
Well, a lot of people did.
Like, what is the racist factor?
I don't know. As far as points go, it's really hard to pin somebody down on that because it sounds like a made-up thing. If you're reading data, you don't go, well, how do we factor in racism into this data?
I don't know. Sounds like they should have thought
I
about
think
it.
it's racist that it's not automatically factored in.
Yeah, it's like an afterthought.
That's the racist.
That's
yeah,
true.
what do you want, a colorblind society? Like, factor race into everything you do, lady.
Everyone's saying hi to Charlie right now in the live chat. Charlie is shadowing Ethan for an English assignment. Is that correct? Yeah? We don't have a mic on.
I'm just glad that...
Say yes again.
Yes. I'm glad that time you didn't say professionally because I was going to correct you on that. I think that this might be an inside job to try and get him to replace me. All right, now you know how to put us on YouTube. Like,
Yeah,
what am I doing?
Lord knows that Ethan may have higher aspirations than associate producer of the Annie Fry Show, although I have no idea what they could be. It's a farm system, really, is what it
Ruin
is.
the prospects. here.
Yes. So Charlie's going to be with us here through the show. And we do Ask Us Anything at 1:25. we're going to let you ask us anything in the Andy Fry YouTube chat. You can ask Charlie questions.
Scooter called him.
Can I ask Charlie questions?
Maybe.
Scooter called him Young Master Fry.
Well, he knows. Scooter's not always wrong.
What time was that again?
1:25 p.m.
1:25. All right. So
you got to do the rest of the segment.
for next questions, if you want to get those in.
Yes, next question.
Democrats admit Trump actually won in 2020 and is now unable to serve third term.
Oh, that sounds like the B to me.
Hit it.
The B or not the B?
B.
B?
I'm going to go with B.
Yes, that's correct. It's the B.
Wiggins.
Hey!
No!
It is. Yeah, it's the B.
Give it back to Andy.
That's right.
I'm new at this.
He's 0 for 2. That's all right.
Yeah, we're just looking for a peaceful transfer of power here.
Read the article.
Table
Let's go.
Brad says, moving on. Next
I've got
question.
2 new buttons and 2 new spots.
Quote, yeah, he actually won a second term in 2020. Sorry about that, said Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi. It's a real shame he already served 2 terms. Unfortunately, that means he wasn't eligible to run again, which nullifies Tuesday night's election. We probably should have been more upfront about the fact that we stole the election and Biden was never president, but oh well.
Oh, well.
Oh.
Next.
Don't despair, Kamala tells celebrating nation.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, that's it? That's all she said?
That's the headline.
I think I'm going to say real. Charlie, what do you think?
Real, probably.
I'm gonna call this the B.
Okay.
No, I'm going to go ahead and say real.
Hey, good job, Brad. You got this one. This is the B.
Nailed it.
Good
Now
job.
you're all in big trouble.
Yeah, in the wake of her devastating loss to Donald Trump in the 2024 presidential election, Vice President Kamala Harris urged the people of all ages, races, and socioeconomic backgrounds dancing and celebrating in the streets to not be too depressed about the future.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
Quote, please do not despair. I'm speaking, Harris shouted above the celebratory crowd in a
Jesus
speech
is Lord.
broadcast to tens of millions of elated Americans. We are sad today, and sad is not happy. Sad is, in fact, the opposite of happy. And happy is what we wish we were right now. Happy is good.
There's no ha 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 ha.
I think I cut it off too soon.
Okay, I was going to say, because after that, she would naturally laugh.
Talk about a coconut
Yeah.
falling on her head or something.
I feel like I fell out of a coconut.
I love that story, and I love this one. Democrats call for abolishing popular vote. Yes, it's the B, although it sounds somewhat plausible.
I had to think about that for a second. Yeah. Yeah, what's next?
Look,
Bureaucracy?
It's 2024, and I think it's time to let go of this antiquated and undemocratic idea of a popular vote.
Democratic,
said U.S. Representative.
You've never sounded more racist in your life.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez with her southern accent. Our democracy is simply too fragile to just award the presidency to whoever wins the most votes.
You got another one real quick? Last one? 20
Biden
seconds?
calls Trump to concede the election.
The B.
It is the B.
All right, that's a good one. Fun.
There's a lot of good ones today.
All right, our next question, ask us anything at 1:25 p.m. Charlie, my son, my oldest, is here today shadowing Ethan because Charlie wants to be in sports broadcasting, and Ethan knows quite a bit about that. So if you want to ask questions of Charlie as well as the rest of us, the Andy Fry YouTube channel. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, Glover here with my friends at Triton Exteriors. If you're younger than me, you may not have ever really experienced truly great customer service. You will with Triton Exteriors. We're a James Hardy siding company. We have a huge color selection. We do fences. We do pretty much everything on the exteriors. We have a great reputation. We have tons, 800 positive online reviews with Angie's List. Great with the BBB. Call 314-717-1159 or book online at triton-stl.com.
Hey, it's Mark Bearden for New Perspective Senior Living in Weldon Spring. New Perspective is just opening. I had the chance to take a tour and meet the staff. I got to tell you, this place is amazing. They offer state-of-the-art independent or assisted living as well as memory care. Imagine your loved one enjoying delicious meals, activities, entertainment, and even an AI fall detection system. New Perspective Senior Living of Weldon Spring is redefining senior living. Visit npseniorliving.com to schedule a tour today. That's npseniorliving.com.
Cassens & Sons, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Have you been shopping for a vehicle? I want you to give Cassens & Sons, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and Wagoneer the opportunity to earn your business. They've certainly earned the Fry family business. We shopped for a long time online for our Pacifica, and we were driving a car that we knew was at the end of its life, and we were driving that paid vehicle off until it didn't go anymore, and then one day it didn't go anymore. And we bought a beautiful brand new 2020 Chrysler Pacifica. We're still driving it. It's like any day now going to hit over 100,000 miles, and it's a wonderful vehicle that we've had maintained at Cassens & Sons the whole time. Then my husband hit a deer, and we had to get a vehicle fast, and I knew that going to Cassens & Sons was the right move for us because we had to do it fast, and I wanted to do business with people who I trust. If you trust the people who I trust, you need to go to Cassens & Sons, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Wagoneer as well for your next vehicle purchase. Let them earn your business. 618-800-2712. 618-800-2712. Online at cassenscan.com.
KFTK FM Florissant. From the Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studio.
That's GetJim.com.
97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
The Trump court case is closer to ending. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Special counsel Jack Smith is moving to drop the federal election interference case against President-elect Trump.
In court papers, Smith cites the election results and asks the court to vacate the remaining deadlines in the schedule so the government has time to, quote, determine the appropriate course going forward consistent with Department of Justice policy. He says he'll update the court by December 2nd. The president-elect is charged with trying to overturn the 2020 election and has promised to fire Smith and appoint Justice Department officials who will drop the charges. It's a longstanding policy that sitting presidents cannot be prosecuted, and the election interference case is unlikely to be resolved before Inauguration Day.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers, the federal judge on that case, has just canceled all remaining deadlines while prosecutors continue their assessment. Smith could also abandon his effort to revive a Trump classified documents case tossed out after a Supreme Court ruling on presidential immunity, which led to a reworked indictment. The Justice Department says an Iranian official was plotting before this week's election to assassinate the president-elect.
The indictment, unsealed in federal court in Manhattan, alleges an unnamed leader within Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps instructed a contact to surveil and to plan to kill the 45th president, but to do so after Election Day, thinking President Trump would lose the election and his recently intensified Secret Service protection.
Fox's Evan Brown, the contact identified as Farjad Shakari, is also charged, along with 2 New York City residents, of plotting to surveil and kill a U.S. citizen who opposes the Iranian regime. President Biden says anti-Semitic attacks on Israeli soccer fans in Amsterdam are despicable and echo dark moments in history. The attacks happened after a Europa League soccer match, leading to multiple injuries and arrests in the Dutch capital. America is listening to Fox News.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
It's a nice November evening across the St. Louis area. Partly cloudy skies. Evening temps in the 50s, 46 for the low. Gorgeous on Friday. Mostly sunny, 62. Dry Friday night. Evening and all night long. Partly cloudy, 46. Saturday, periods of rain. Couple of spot storms. 60 for the high. Keep it wet Saturday night. But Sunday and Monday, perfect. Partly sunny and nice, 65 each day. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Lutheran education is something that I am so passionate about. I'm so excited and I feel blessed to be able to share the message with you about how important Lutheran education has been in my life as somebody who went to Lutheran schools decades ago. It's been a while. But I also send my kids to Lutheran schools. I trust Lutheran schools, first and foremost, with an incredibly great quality education, but also with an environment where my kids' education is what is focused on. They are able to thrive in these environments, and it's accessible for you as well. In Missouri and Illinois, right here in the listening area in St. Louis, there are 37 elementary schools, Lutheran elementary schools, that you can check out that are affordable. They are accessible. Grandparents, parents, for your children, consider an alternative to public education, one that you can trust. The people who I talk to at the Lutheran schools I go to right now, there is such a burden that is lifted when they send their kids into a Lutheran school to be able to learn there and to thrive there. They always ask themselves, why didn't I do this sooner? If you're interested in a Lutheran education for your child or for your grandchild, it's accessible. Like I said, it's affordable. It's much more affordable than you think. Start your journey at lisastl.org. It's LESASTL.org/Annie.
Hey homeowners, it's time to transform your house into a masterpiece with Lakeside Renovation and Design, your James Hardie siding experts. Picture this, durable, weather-resistant siding that doesn't just protect, but elevates your home's value and curb appeal. James Hardie, the gold standard in siding, installed by the pros at Lakeside. Say goodbye to maintenance headaches and hello to a home that stands the test of time. Ready for a siding upgrade? Lakeside Renovation and Design is your go-to. Visit our showroom or call today. Unleash the potential of your home with James Hardie Siding.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
If you've been injured in a car wreck, you need the best. Let us make your case our cause. Car accident? Call Onder Law for a free review at 314 or 618-900,000.
This Veterans Day, the Annie Fry Show is heading to Edwardsville. Join us on Monday for the 2024 Veterans Day Parade, starting at 3 p.m. Let's come together to honor our veterans. Sponsored by Cassens, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Wagoneer. Learn more at 971talk.com/events.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. Happy Friday. Happy President-elect Donald Trump Friday. I'm going to get some mileage out of that one. Work hard to get some mileage out of that one. I'm watching as the time is ticking on here and seeing different people reacting. I have seen some people on the left who are like, listen, we are not the party of common sense. Americans did not trust us with common sense things. And a lot of the times it's happened. We've even seen, I think it was a Democratic congressman was like, listen, I've got 2 daughters. I don't want my daughters to get run over by somebody who is genetically male in a sporting event. And I'm not supposed to say that out loud or I get ostracized and isolated, which is weird because the movement behind making words violence is their move. It's interesting that they ended up boxing themselves. The parameters that they created shrunk and shrunk and shrunk, and they were the ones who were finally boxed in by them.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw whole panel discussions on this very topic on both Fox and CNN in the last couple days, saying, yeah, the far left has really taken over this party. And then Fox, I think it was Guy Benson, went so far as to say, look, it's not just that they've taken over the party. They are the party. That was their nominee. That was Kamala Harris.
The most progressive senator in the Senate when she was in there. The folks on The View, and you guys know that I have pretty much a policy, Brad certainly knows this, that we don't really play The View here. We might play The View a little bit more coming forward just to see how the temperature is moving. I have seen Alyssa Farah, is that her name? She's the Republican.
Quote unquote.
Yeah, that also thought that Donald Trump was a threat to democracy, whatever. Sunny Hostin is lost. Maybe for good. Sunny Hostin is so bent on all of this that she's saying things that the RNC should be clipping and turning into ads for the next cycle right now.
And finally, we talk a lot about these different demographics and these assumptions of where they're going to go. Latinos in Texas, a district that's 97% Latino, went 75 percentage points for Donald Trump. Why?
Misogyny.
It's on the border.
It's
the border
misogyny.
crisis is on their doorstep. And they were begging people to care about it for years. We need to take some lessons.
That's what that was.
The lessons are not misogyny.
Knock. Who's there? Oh my gosh, it's Whoopi.
I don't know what that part means, but
I don't either. Like, I'm not talking. Why am I not talking?
When Alyssa Farah is making a statistical point, what did she say? They were 97% Latino on a southern border, a Texas southern border county district was 97% Latino.
97% Latino district.
Which, if you're Sunny Hostin, you say Latino.
Right.
That's the only thing she says like that.
Yeah, well, you have to be culturally sensitive.
Yes, I'm not good enough at it, but she certainly is. That's the game she plays. But when Sunny Hostin hears that 75% of a district went for Trump, that is comprised of 97% Latinos, she calls them racist misogynists. Sunny Hostin thinks that if you are Latino, and you don't vote the way Sunny Hostin says that you have to vote, that inherently, blanket statement, can she name a single individual who lives in that district? Can she speak to one single individual that she knows herself to be a sexist misogynist? The only ist that exists for the Democrats to surface and analyze. The only ist that they should be concerned about right now are the elitists in their party who have no understanding whatsoever of what average Americans who look like the diverse culture that they've been trying to champion so long, they're not advocating for you. They're trying to control you. If you are in that county and you happen to be Latino and...
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sunny, are you?
Bless you.
I think that if you are in that county and you hear Sunny Hostin say that the reason 75% of a county went for Trump is because they're racist and misogynist, you should never vote for people who agree with Sunny Hostin again.
Here's how crazy that statement is. You finally have, and in this moment, there should be some introspection going, man, we just got shellacked. What is wrong that we lost every demographic group moved toward Trump in this country? What happened? Instead, they take a district that is almost 100% Latino, and they go, look, 75% of these people voted for Trump. It's the border. No, it's not the border. They're misogynist and racist. And what Sunny Hostin is assuming in that statement is that district is 100% male. Because she can't fathom the idea that there would be Latina women.
I've heard these same people talking about white women and like people like me. I'm a white Christian suburban female who voted for Kamala Harris, and they think that I didn't vote for Harris because she's a woman.
Again, if you are a Latina woman in that district and you voted for Trump, it's because you are misogynist and racist. What? Are you freaking nuts?
There is somebody who hates themselves in this equation, and I think it's Sunny Hostin. She's so mad.
She's got to be. It's watching people in real time figure out that their whole worldview might have been built on a house of cards.
Which I think is an important point that we need to consistently remind folks. When you're watching these meltdowns, like imagine you send your kid to college, Ryan, and you've raised him in a Christian household, conservative in mind, whatever, and they go to college, and then an election like this happens, and then in which Harvard or somewhere they're handing out Legos and coloring sheets.
Yep,
man.
Coloring sheets. These are the people who I heard Kayleigh McEnany say this. The reason why you want to go to Dartmouth or to Harvard or some sort of Ivy League school is because when you graduate from there, it shows everybody that when they see that you graduated from one of these Ivy League schools, that you are of the hardest working, smartest people in the bunch. That you go to this school and they ask the absolute most of you, so much so that they don't even take a large percentage of the people who apply to that school. That if you can have a diploma from an Ivy League school, you are telling the world, I can handle it. And what you're seeing right now from these people is they lose an election and they need coloring sheets. No, you need therapy. You don't need coloring sheets. I think it was Kayleigh McEnany, or I don't know if it was Martha McCallum or somebody was saying on Outnumbered, like, oh, no. I take that back. It was Dana Perino this morning. She goes, if I'm in charge of those classrooms, I'm doubling the work, and whatever I send home, I'm telling you, is half of your grade for the semester. What different philosophies, what weak sauce we've created with these soft people who have been so brainwashed by, again, the people who we are going to collectively point and laugh at are the Mika Brzezinskis of the world, who are taking hand over fist money for being a deceiver of you because she wants to maintain a bureaucratic power structure that she benefits from. She doesn't give a damn if it helps you or not. She doesn't care at all. She needs to sow the seeds into the minds of these young people that they should be scared and frightened. Jimmy Kimmel's lip is quivering when we talk about Zelensky. What did you do, Jimmy? Why are you so scared, Jimmy? I don't understand it. This is not an adult, rational way to react publicly to losing. There are people who will shed a tear in the wake of a loss. You know, I remember being in 2020, I remember being profoundly sad and nervous about what this meant for the country. I can't recall if I ever actually cried over it, but I also can't imagine in my professional capacity putting it out there. Like if I'm Jimmy Kimmel, I can't imagine that moment.
You had a radio show in 2020, as I recall.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I cried on the air. Did I cry on the air?
I don't think so. We're in the same boat. I mean, we just went through this in 2020. We had to get over it and move on. And then all of our fears were basically confirmed. They tried to overrun the Supreme Court. They tried to change the way the voting system in the entire country happens. I mean, they really tried to remake the country.
And wouldn't you say that it's really only the hand of God that we got this far through it?
Yeah, the hand of God via Joe Manchin. Like, it's incredible how close we were for that stuff to really happen. And then we wouldn't even be talking about these things today. But the college thing is another example with Harvard. I mean, come on. Trump has beat this election is so amazing because every talking point the left had as to why this shouldn't happen has been removed from them. Every single rock they could stand on has been washed away. Every institution, they've controlled them. I have a Babylon Bee article. I didn't get to this one. It was Trump defeats Kamala, Hollywood, news media, deep state, FBI, universities, DOJ, political experts, science, medical community, and all of Diddy's homies. He has beaten everything, and with every single demographic group moving toward him as of 2020 to now. Every single one. Not a single demographic group moved left in this election. They all moved toward Trump. What do you do? And he won the popular vote. What do you do with this if your whole worldview is orange man bad? You don't know what to do.
You panic. You really do panic. Which is kind of where the YouTube live chat poll comes from for today. Is MAGA for everyone? Yes or no? Because there are people right now. I mean, there are women on, I guess, TikTok, but it makes its way to me on X, who are going on a 4-year sex strike because Donald Trump won the election. Well, if I have never heard of a better way to protect the lives of the unborn babies than for these radical leftist liberal women to stop sleeping with whomever they want, whenever they want, without any regard to the life that they could create in those actions. And listen, if you want to live that life, if that's what you want to do and you want to choose for yourself what you want to do, just understand that if life is created from that, that is a responsibility and a risk that you're going to take when you have sex with people. So now all these leftist women are like, I'm not having sex with anybody for 4 years. And I'm like, it's another win.
Yeah.
Hey, how does he do it? How does Donald Trump keep making America great again? The babies' lives will be saved. Boo-hoo, you're shaving your head? That'll help with the sex thing.
Yeah, and then
Like-
their power will come back like Samson when their hair comes back, and then they'll have sex again.
Ethan, earmuffs out there.
Oh, yeah, I forgot your son's here. Whoops. Well, anyway.
I mean, the point being, MAGA, my answer to this question is MAGA is for everyone. That's the point of it. Making America great again is about America, and America is her people. It is for everyone. It is for everyone. If you want to pull yourself out of it, in the land of the free, you have a free choice to do that, but nobody's pushing you out of it. And I really, really hope that the people, there are some of these people, I've seen some of these videos, and they're actually really exciting for me because they are people who are looking at these election results going, I can't believe that this has happened. I don't understand. I'm so confused. How in the world could people vote for this terrible, terrible man? And they're basically saying, I'm clearly missing something. Will somebody please explain it to me? And at the end of that conversation that they're starting, there are tons of people who are commenting like, hey, we're cool. It's going to be okay. This is why I support him. This is why I support him. And there's a lot of different reasons. I mean, just look at Bobby Kennedy. Bobby Kennedy and Donald Trump are going to make an amazing, amazing example of what people can do when you come together for your similarities and you set aside your differences. When you come together for a common goal that benefits the greater good, and you don't eliminate everybody from your life who disagrees with any one particular thing that you don't like. That's American greatness right there. Do you think Bobby Kennedy and Donald Trump agree on everything? I assure you they don't. Just ask them. They keep saying it.
He's not a conservative.
No.
He just hates corruption, and that's where we're at.
And that's the tie that binds here.
Yeah.
And it really does envelop all of America. Which is why I will reiterate. The Looney Tunes that are on television right now, the Jimmy Kimmels who are using their comedy nighttime entertainment platform to weep for Zelensky. Oh, poor baby's going to not have a war anymore because Donald Trump is the president. I'm so sad. Shut up. Knock it off. We're so sick and tired of it. Does anybody watch him?
No.
Okay. And a poll of 3 people. I mean, the people who watch him, when you watch these people, and when he started crying, this is a big tell. When he starts crying in that clip, his audience goes, "Hooray!" and because they're cheering him on. They're not out there cheering, and you don't when you laugh at a joke, you're not cheering. Jimmy Kimmel holds a rally every evening, and his people show up to his rally every evening. He's not funny. Call it what it is, Jimmy Kimmel. You're not there to be funny. And America doesn't want that anymore. What America does want to do, though, America truly does want to laugh. America truly does want to get back to the place where our freedoms are the thing that lead us through every day. And sometimes it makes you uncomfortable, but you have the strength and the power to go, and you move on. That's where real freedom exists. Love those people in your life that are sad right now. When you know their names, when you care about them outside of politics. Care about them and forget about politics, and let them know when they come to you, if they come to you, that it'll be fine, and that you don't care about them thinking or knowing or acknowledging that you were, air quotes, right. Let them enjoy the fact that MAGA is for everyone, even if they don't ever admit it. I don't want anybody in my life that I care about to be scared today. I don't want anybody in my life to feel frightened by the disillusion that they've been sold by people who are benefiting from the disillusion. And I do want you to laugh and mock those people who are profiting off of it, because that's what they deserve. All right, next question when we come back.
Let's do it.
I did see some questions in the chat for Charlie, my son. Charlie has an English project. He's supposed to shadow somebody who is in the profession that he might be interested in going in, and we did not make the cut. He's shadowing Ethan today. Ethan, of course, is very, very well experienced in sports broadcasting. So Charlie's learning a little bit about the background of the broadcasting industry, and he'll come in here with next question when we come back. Get your questions in on the Annie Fry YouTube channel and go vote on the poll. Is MAGA for everyone, yes or no? We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on X at Annie Fry Show.
AirComfortService.com. Go to the website and learn all about how Air Comfort Service can keep you squarely in your comfort zone. If you have a furnace that's working great, but it's not heating your home, you're thinking to yourself, like, gosh, it's pushing warm air. It seems like it's doing what it's supposed to do. There are some other things that you might need to consider that you need to address in your home. One of them, of course, is insulation, and Air Comfort Service can help you with that. But the other is the ductwork in your home. When you push air from your furnace into the different areas in your home, it's supposed to go through the ventilation and then come out of the vents and then heat the room. But if you do not have a good seal on that ductwork, then the air seeps out in the ventilation, then your walls get heated and cooled, but your rooms don't. I had an AeroSeal duct sealing done in my home, and it was wonderful for making sure that the basement where my kids hang out and the bedrooms, which are on the second floor, are all heated and cooled evenly. And it saves us a ton of money in having to run our furnace and our air conditioner so much. You can find all you need at aircomfortservice.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan with McKelvey Homes. This could be your final opportunity to secure the carefree villa home of your dreams at the Preserve in Afton. Free from the hassles of lawn care, landscaping, and snow removal. With prices starting in the 400s, we will build to order or select from one of our 6 move-in ready designer market homes and save thousands. And also receive $10,000 cash to close from the skilled craftsmen of the Mid-America Carpenters Union for closing costs or bite on your interest rate. Visit McKelveyHomes.com and move up to McKelvey.
Jules on Hampton in St. Louis Hills is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches on site. Jules on Hampton is a premier jeweler with an exquisite selection of diamonds, semi-precious stone jewelry, and vintage watches. Their expert design team can restyle your jewelry to today's contemporary style. They also do jewelry and watch repair. Need extra cash? Jules on Hampton is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches. Bring in your collectibles and clocks, sports memorabilia, and figurines too. Jules on Hampton, 4506 Hampton, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa. Call them at 314-752-5000. Jules on Hampton.
I'm Brian Westbrook with Coalition Life. While we celebrate the reversal of Roe v. Wade, there is still much work to be done to support life and pregnant women before they cross state lines. Together, we can provide the love, support, and options that women need to choose life for their children. Coalition Life celebrates more than 3,500 clients served and thousands of lives saved since we began this mission with you. Each one is a miracle. Over the years, day in and day out, our team has walked alongside women facing the fear and challenges of an unexpected pregnancy. Through the support of this community, we have given them hope and a path to choose life for the children they carry. Visit coalitionlife.com to give your vital support while reducing or completely eliminating your state taxes through Missouri's 70% tax credit. Learn more at coalitionlife.com, coalitionlife.com.
This summer, children throughout our region will hear the devastating news that they have been diagnosed with a critical illness. But there is hope, there is you. You can transform lives this summer by supporting the Make-A-Wish Foundation and helping to deliver hope, strength, and joy in a time when it is needed most. Your donations will truly change lives and restore childhood back to those who have lost it due to a medical diagnosis. Visit wish.org/MOCAN to give the gift of a wish today.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. 9 out of 10 homes are under-insulated. Is yours? Did you know that there's an R value associated with insulation? To find out your R value or for a free insulation estimate, visit aircomfortservice.com.
The Mark Reardon Show.
Every person listening right now, your taxes would go up if Kamala Harris was president. Yes. How do you know that, Mark? Because the Trump tax cuts rolled back everyone's taxes. Yes. She was basically running on a pledge to raise everyone's taxes. Yes. I can't believe that didn't work for her. It is shocking.
Weekdays from 3 to 6. You're listening to The Annie Fry Show. The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Next question. It's a legitimate question. Next question.
Next question, please.
Next question on The Annie Fry Show.
So I think that the number one question I want to start with here is scooters, just to get it out of the way. For the adults in the room, and we've got my son Charlie, who is shadowing Ethan and his professional expertise this weekend. Charlie can take some questions too today, but this is going to be for the adults in the room. Have you eliminated anyone from your life this week?
Woof.
Woof. Brad?
Yeah.
Who?
Kamala Harris.
No.
Cop out answer.
Have you eliminated? I'm gonna add a wrinkle to this, Scoot, if I may. Have you eliminated anyone from your life this week that you have any personal connection with at all? Maybe even just through social media. Have you cut anyone out?
No.
Ethan?
So I actually have a interesting mindset on this, and I was talking through this the other night with my wife. We were scrolling through like the Instagram stories.
Yeah.
And if there was someone out there that was, something really, really stupid, far left leaning, and was like, unfollow me, blah, blah, blah. I would go, because, people, after a certain amount of time, if you haven't seen them in a while, they unfollow you. So I would go in and I would check if they were following me. If they were not following me anymore, it was bye.
Gone.
But there was a couple of people that on Facebook where I don't unfriend them, but I unfollow them. You know how you can do that now where I'm like, it shows that you're still friends with them, but you don't see anything that they post. I did that with a couple of people. But I mean, no one that I'm like close
still
with.
Talking to?
Yeah, no one of.
Not like your cousin?
No.
Brian?
No, I was trying to think of anybody that I haven't even really seen anybody on my Facebook feed melting down or complaining. So maybe it's been 8 years of me sifting that.
Yeah.
And it's just nobody left.
It's just because you've surrounded yourself with a bunch of racists and misogynists. So,
Anti-democratic nutballs.
Yeah. You're a threat to bureaucracy.
He's going to get a shirt made like that now. Have I eliminated anyone from my life this week? Absolutely not. Nor would I. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's the right answer
Scooter,
to that question.
have you? You're still here. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks.
We appreciate that.
Hi.
Ryan, next question.
Next question is, how bad would life have to be? No, I'm not going to ask it that way. How tired would you have to be to fall asleep listening to Kamala Harris read her biography?
Dead.
How much money would it take for you to listen to that book?
I'm going to say something minorly controversial here. It's not as much her voice. It's how dumb the things that she says traditionally are that make her the consistency of having to hear that painful. I don't want to hear her in long form. If she were in the Senate and she were asked for a quote or something like someone's following her down the hall, I wouldn't listen to what she had to say and be like, I can't stand her voice.
Yeah.
That her voice isn't that bad.
But she's been giving incessant speeches.
I'm just tired of it. I'm going to be honest. I'm tired of Donald Trump's. His rallies. I've watched a lot of them. He tells a lot of the same stories. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, he's tired. You can tell." Well, yeah, he's tired. Look at what he's doing. He's doing so many things. I don't need it in my life. I'm ready to like go to the next thing.
Yep.
So I don't know. That seems. Absence will make the heart grow fonder on the Kamala voice.
Well, let me follow up with one real quick. Do you think Trump will continue to do rallies?
No.
No, not at all, because he did them during his first term.
He was still needing to campaign.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
He's done. Govern. Next question, Brad.
Yeah, so I want to know, what do you want to do whenever you retire? And this is for everybody in the room. Have you thought about retirement and what it is you want to do?
Ryan, you're close. Go ahead.
No, she's just saying I'm rich, is what she's saying.
Touche.
Gosh, I think.
Why are you so cheap?
Maybe
that's why you're rich.
While I am rich, I haven't achieved some of the things that show that you're rich. Like, Annie's got this air fryer.
Oh, stop. It was a gift.
It's so nice. And
this
to
air
me,
fryer has more pub on this show.
To me, that's a status symbol.
You're obnoxious.
Like, I don't even think they use it in their house. I wish another member of their family was here. I'd ask.
Literally like an everyday item now.
Yeah, but whenever I walk in, I just see that thing. I'm like, my gosh,
Staring at
how
you.
rich are you? And I can tell, like,
My sister gave it to me.
It's like when you buy one of those really ridiculous old cars that has no practical purpose other than showing off.
Yeah.
That's that air fryer.
Dude, does she talk about it, or is it just more so just that it's there?
Has there ever been a time? Oh, knock it off.
She'll talk about it. She doesn't ever bring it up,
Is it
though.
like very passive
Like,
aggressive?
I'll
though?
bring it up, and then she'll go, that old thing?
That my sister gave me?
Yeah. I got that as a gift, you know?
don't have one of these?
Sister.
Huh.
Yeah. I drove that home in my Benz.
I have a Chrysler Pacifica.
That I literally only drive
It's
when I want
got
to buy
scratches and
things.
dents in it from 4 children, and I love it. Charlie, son, is in the room here. How often would you say we use the air fryer in the house?
Once a week.
Once a week?
See, it's just for show.
No, it's daily. What are you talking about?
Daily.
Dad uses that every day.
Sometimes.
Does the butler clean it?
Oh, Lord. I could not be more middle-class, suburban, basic if I tried.
Well, she doesn't have a butler. Her driver cleans it.
The driver of the Benz and
Next
minivan.
question, Ethan. You go. Come on, knock it off, boys.
Yeah, let's roll with one from the chat, shall we?
What would you do in retirement was the question.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were still on that, weren't we?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Ryan never answered.
Well, you know, this
Totally
is, you know,
yeah, you
this
just
is
derailed the
here,
conversation.
to be fair, this is a little bit farther away from me than it is for you guys, so I don't really know.
Ouch.
I don't really. Is it an ouch, or am I literally just like half the age of the people in the room?
Ouch! Ouch!
It still hurts.
Reality hurts.
I'll answer the question for real. Once I retire, I'll do what I really want to do, which is work my way up to something like Major League Baseball broadcasting by starting with college football.
Are you shadowing Ethan?
Oh, does he do that? I guess I could just check that out once I retire.
Wait,
I want to travel. I want to spend cold months in Florida.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
And be able to come home for whatever it is I need to come home for. And I want to have lots of grandbabies.
So that's a question I think that my parents are starting to debate, because I think that they want to live in a warm state, but they also know that
you're here.
Grandkids aren't that far away, so it's kind of that battle of like, do you have enough money to be able to afford 2 places?
You got to be able to double it up.
Yeah.
Brad, retirement?
Yeah, I think I thought a lot about this. I think what I want to do is move to St. Augustine, Florida, and I want to drive the little tour tram around that gives a historical tour of the oldest city in the United States.
My mom went to school there.
It's
At Flagler College.
Yeah, there's a
Personal
college
connection
down there.
too. Ethan's mom went to school there, and I know Ethan.
Also, it's also where Chip Carey lives in the off season.
Oh, I'm awesome. Let's go. Let's go say hi.
Does he do that?
What?
The little
Drive
cart.
the
Drive the cart? He might. He might.
Brad's after
Listen,
Chip Carey's job.
I would not put it past Chip Carey.
Brad is after Chip Carey's job. Nope, not that one.
He's got the voice sport.
He wants to drive the bus, the cart.
You're sitting in there, he's like, man, this guy sounds familiar.
Well, when Chip is ready to retire, he'll start driving the cart, and then when Ryan retires, he'll take over Chip's job.
Oh, there. Let's do that. Let's take a quick break. We'll do more question on the other side of this. We got a lot of questions from you folks in the YouTube live chat. You can come to the Annie Fry YouTube channel and leave your comment there. My son is poised to ask a lot of questions. He loves to talk publicly, so this should go really, really well. So ask those questions away. You can also vote in the Annie Fry YouTube channel. Is MAGA for everyone? Yes or no? We'll be right back.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
TheDiamondShop.net. I want to tell you about an event that they have coming up at the Diamond Shop. It's November 16th from 5:30 to 7:30. It's Girls' Night Out. Come hang out at the Diamond Shop for a night of fun, delicious sips, unbeatable jewelry steals you're not going to want to miss. Plus, anyone who RSVPs in advance, which is you right now, receives a free raffle ticket for the grand prize. So if you go to thediamondshop.net and go click on events, you're going to be able to see the Girls' Night Out. And I just looked at my calendar, and I don't know if I have anything going on that night, so I think I might try to go. Go RSVP right now so that you can get your free raffle ticket for the grand prize. Maybe do a little Christmas shopping for you. What do you say? Go to thediamondshop.net. You can also become a, actually, I'm looking at this right now. I scratch everything I just said. That's last year's Girls' Night Out. There's going to be a new event coming up here, and I will give you the specifics on the date very soon and see if we can attend together. Go online to thediamondshop.net, become a VIP, and see everything that the Diamond Shop has to offer.
Prescription products require completion of an online consultation with an independent healthcare provider and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Additional restrictions apply. See website for more details and safety information.
Did you know millions of people are getting prescription medications for weight loss, sexual health, better sleep, and more, all online? RexMD.com has made getting these medications fast and easy, with free delivery of the most popular medications right to your door. Just fill out a brief survey, and if appropriate, we'll prescribe and ship clinically proven options to help with issues like weight loss.
I've lost 45 pounds so far. It's nice to get back into clothes that I haven't been able to wear for a long time.
We can also help with insomnia.
I slept through the whole night. It made me feel very well rested and ready to go for the day.
And RexMD can improve your sexual health.
I felt like a young man again. My wife is happier. I am definitely much happier.
At RexMD.com, we've made the process fast, easy, and affordable. Visit RexMD.com right now to get started. That's REXMD.com.
In Missouri, farming isn't just a profession, it's a purpose. You can feel it in our 27 million acres of farmland. You can see it in the nearly 41,000 Missourians who work in agriculture. You can hear it at our farmers markets. You can count it in the $93.7 billion it brings our state. And you can taste it at your family's dinner table. A lot of farmers in our state rely on Bayer's tools and inventions because Bayer has a purpose too, to help farmers thrive. Learn more at go.bayer.com/purpose, paid for by Bayer.
Is your car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My mechanic just suggested an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover repair bills if anything happens to the car. New brakes, transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait, you pay nothing on repairs? Ox gets it fixed? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance?
Yeah, you don't pay. Ox pays. Ox even has a 30-day money-back guarantee and is A+ rated on the BBB. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike those other warranty companies.
The last thing I need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote, 800-296-3315. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care, 800-296-3315, 800-296-3315, or go to oxcarcare.com.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call my friends Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw with the Retirement Advisory Group. They'll show you how linking to the market is much safer than owning the market for your retirement savings. They're the official financial advisors of my show. Go to retirementkey.com.
Today's YouTube live chat poll is MAGA for everyone? Yes or no? Let us know if MAGA is for everyone. We are certainly for you. Thank you for being here. We are the Annie Frey Show 143. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
45.
We had a great first term, a great first term.
47.
God spared my life for a reason.
Donald Trump elected President of the United States again. It actually happened. This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on X at Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Appreciate you being with us on a beautiful Friday afternoon here in St. Louis. We've been going through a little next question, and we're going to continue that into this segment here. And we've got my son, Charlie, in shadowing sports broadcaster Ethan Hannaford.
Easy.
Yes, easy, right.
Easy.
So we've got some questions we're going to ask from the audience. This is the first one that I'm going to ask for you guys to start this. Adults in the room, what would you have done to cope yourself personally if Kamala Harris would have won this election? Anybody got a suggestion first?
Oh, I do.
Yeah?
I definitely would have thrown myself into playing video games and going to the gym. Just something to be a distraction.
Sounds fun.
Probably would have backed off some of the podcasts that I listen to because at that point, and I'm noticing this now on the left, they all get to sound about the same. It's one of the tough parts about pulling audio for the show. So I would back off and throw myself into something else and then slowly ease myself back in.
I would probably take to the great social medias out there. Probably record some pretty ugly video rants about how much I hate the left. And how they're going to ruin everything and how my life is over.
No, you would not.
No, you're right. I totally wouldn't. No, in all seriousness.
Would you even need to cope?
After 2020, I do remember like some people that poured into my life, and I was pretty discouraged. Just like, man, where's the country going? And there was a lot of good reminding of like, our identity is not in our leader. Our identity is in our Lord, Jesus Christ. So I think honestly, like, finding a way to remind yourself of that is unbelievably important. That like, regardless of who is at the helm in our country, is not the helm of our lives. So
Doug on YouTube says, by the way, Ethan, A+ answer. Doug says that he would refuse to get pregnant. Ryan?
Man, that's really funny. So there's little things like Brad was talking about that you can do to just sort of distract yourself.
Yeah.
I would have I'm going to release a book. I would have just thrown myself into, well, let's just try this and rally around something fun.
Are you talking about The Life of Human, your book that you've already published?
No, that one I already published. My next book.
It's not for sale, is it?
It's not for sale yet.
No, The Life of Human, can people buy that?
Oh, yeah, that one they can buy. And here's the thing. You could buy that and really sink your teeth in and have some fun. Right before Christmas, I mean, whatever. I don't know what you guys do for Christmas, buy gifts or something. That sounds like one of those gifts. Now, there will be a new book.
Holy passive aggressive.
I put the ball on the tee, and you decided to take the ball and run away with it.
That's 350 yards.
Well, that was a football.
Ball on the tee, and he's going for the end zone.
Football on a tee?
Uh-huh. The next book, I do have a title now. It's going to be called The Grocery List.
Okay. Is it from Ruler Foods?
No.
Nice.
That would be a great endorsement, but no. This is something I've been working on for about 25 years. These are like one page, one line. I hate to even call them jokes. They're more like introspective thoughts that make no sense.
Weird observations.
Sounds like a book written by Ryan Wiggins.
Yes. Like the last one had some comedy, but it was a novel. This one is strictly like a 15 to 20 minute read that's just to get your mind off everything. So anyway,
I think I know what else you might have done to cope, possibly, and it's piggybacking off of what I had planned to do to cope if Kamala Harris won this election. So if you're on the Annie Fry YouTube channel right now, you can get on right now as well. Our family is adopting a puppy.
Oh man. There it is.
And we've been talking about the crew in here knows this. My son knows this. But I have a picture up of it right now. It's a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel.
Oh my goodness.
And that's up there, and we're naming her Winnie. And Winnie is, we're a Disney family. We like Winnie the Pooh a lot, but we also always name our pets after something that has to do with St. Louis Cardinals. So Mason Wynn is now the namesake of W-Y-N-N-I-E, Winnie.
That's awesome.
In the Fry home. So hopefully that does well for his career. Chris Duncan was the namesake of our first puppy, Duncan, after the 06 World Series run.
That's awesome.
That was really, really awesome. So I am so excited about this. We are adopting her because she can serve. We can train her to be an emotional support animal. And where we're getting her from, it is a breeder, but they specifically breed these Cavaliers to be emotional support animals. It's Red Barn Cavaliers, and they're the most amazing people. And when I read about their story, and I'll talk about that a little bit more down the road after we get Winnie home. But they are so incredibly wonderful, and these puppies are so adorable. And they also have, if you're on with us right now, I'm going to share this here. They have a live stream where you can watch these puppies most of the day. And that's Winnie right there, laying in the middle of that little thing right there. So you can tune in and you can watch, and it's wonderful, and we're so excited. So the puppy might be making appearances on the live stream and in our social media. Oh, and there's an ad.
Yeah, it will. Well, Annie watches this all day.
I mean, like, literally have been watching it for through the show.
I can't really blame you. I mean, it's just people petting puppies.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And beautiful puppies. And you're very curious about them.
I am. If we get one, though, I think I would probably stick with, instead of Winnie, something like Fergie.
How about Pooh?
Or Princess Di.
Come here, Pooh.
No, Pooh is what we call all dogs.
You just put an H on the end, and it's cute.
I love that Charlie's been pretty quiet for the entire segment, and then the word poo gets mentioned, and he starts laughing.
He's 14.
Yeah.
He's almost 15.
That checks out.
So that's what I was going to be doing to cope, and still will be doing to cope. I'm very excited. Our whole family is over the moon. After we got done with the volleyball tournament on Sunday, these people are located they're in central Illinois, and so we were in Springfield, Illinois for the state tournament. We surprised the kids and drove them the 50 minutes north. They didn't know until we were like in these people's houses, like, this is our new family member.
Did they realize that they were going in the opposite direction of home?
I realized, like, when we were like 5 minutes away from the house.
Wait a second, we're closer to Chicago.
Yeah.
Mom, you went the wrong way.
I looked at Google Maps and I was super confused.
And it's like out in the country, and there's like nothing, like, where are we? What are we doing? A beautiful
That's
home,
funny.
wonderful people, beautiful puppy. So excited. We get her the week of Thanksgiving.
Charlie, were you guys excited? Were you guys
Yes.
like freaking out?
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes, I almost wish you wouldn't have told us yet, because they're just like, we just go home and watch the live stream at home.
Yeah.
Instead of the news. So, next question.
I'm going to ask a listener question here from Doug. Could you work for, not with, but for someone who is ideologically opposed to you?
Gosh, what would that be like? I don't know. Let me think. Yeah.
I have done this.
Yes.
I think everybody's done this, haven't we?
Yeah.
I've worked at a TV station that was owned by Democrat politicians, literally. So,
my first job in radio was board hopping Air America.
yeah, exactly.
And I always said the only way I could do it is if they paid me to do it. And they paid me very little, but they paid me.
So I worked at a school in Illinois.
Yeah.
So that's...
You never know. There are a lot of people in the education system who don't love the direction that education's going. What about you, Ethan?
Yes.
As long as they'll have me.
I do it.
Next question.
Next question. I'm going to ask one of my own really quick. Have you ever laughed so uncontrollably that you've embarrassed yourself?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Outside of the show.
Excuse me? You're like, remember the specific one time.
This is where Brad inserts an embarrassing high school story.
Oh, I know, legendary.
Or we're just like all like, and then Brad just pulls this out. And we're like, oh my gosh, Brad, that sounds traumatic.
Have you, Ryan?
Yeah. In high school, I went to a play that was for extra credit. It was a school play.
It's like why Charlie's here.
And it was a play about, it was Edgar Allan Poe, but I don't remember if it was one in particular or it was a bunch of them strung together. Because there was an Edgar Allan Poe character that would stand up like between scenes. And this guy sitting next to me just said something about Edgar Allan Poe real loud, like, hey, Edgar Allan Poe, I'm right here, or something. And it was like so inappropriate. And I could not stop laughing, and I missed the end of the play. I had to leave. Like, why would you yell that out in the middle of the play?
Next question, Amanda wants to know, Charlie, what's your favorite thing about high school?
There's more than one other boy in my class.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got your school has like it's like the biggest freshman class they may have ever had or have ever had recently.
Yeah, it's like 30 years.
Yeah.
Was this other kid? Was he a friend or was he just kind of another classmate?
He was a friend.
Okay, well that's good. Because that would have been awful if he's just another classmate. I mean, you're literally lone wolf.
When we went to Washington D.C., the thing about his class is they're kind of a COVID kid class that. When they got to the place where people could start going different directions in like middle school and junior high or whatever, that some people went to public schools from the Lutheran school, but then all these other kids, my other kids' classes have added a lot of kids post-COVID. So there were a lot of, gosh, COVID sucks so bad. But when we went to Washington, D.C., I had Charlie and his other buddy, that they were my two that I had to watch.
As I continue to process this, though, I'm starting to wonder if this really would have been such a terrible thing to be one of the only guys in your class. I mean, you're the only option, right? I mean, everyone's in love with you.
When you're 12, it stinks.
Yeah, Charlie.
When you're 15, you're like, hey.
Why didn't I appreciate this?
I got to ask one more listener question of Charlie. Charlie, who is cooler, mom or dad?
Well, my mom is cool because she's on the radio, and then my dad is cool because he coaches my baseball team.
Oh, that's a nice answer.
That's such a politician answer.
Yeah.
He's in the right place.
Teaching him well. Yeah, I got him in a headlock right now. You just don't know that.
All right, fine. That was fine.
Who's cooler, your mom or Ryan Wiggins?
You.
Did he look scared when he said that?
he looked scared when he said
that. You didn't even look at him. You couldn't make eye contact.
I didn't get to make my case at all.
Wiggins is a pretty intimidating human being.
Oh, man. All right. Well, we appreciate your questions coming in. If you want to vote in the YouTube live chat poll, is MAGA for everyone? Yes or no? Go to the Annie Fry YouTube channel and vote there. Give Charlie some words of encouragement. Here's what we'll do. You can also leave. If you were a 14-year-old boy, again, almost 15-year-old boy, freshman in high school, what words of advice can you give to a 15-year-old right now? This is a very, very, lots of changes happening at that time. You're growing up. I always talked about when I was 17 and a senior in high school. That's when September 11th happened. But I always define that moment in my life as being the oldest you could be as a kid, but the youngest you could be as an adult. And it's a very weird, weird time. So if you have advice for my son, send it to the Annie Fry YouTube channel, and maybe we'll sift through those and let Ryan Wiggins determine whether or not it's good advice or not. You okay with that?
Oh, yeah. I'll do that.
All right. More Annie Fry Show on the other side of this break. Don't go away.
Jewels on Hampton in St. Louis Hills is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches on site. Jewels on Hampton is a premier jeweler with an exquisite selection of diamonds, semi-precious stone jewelry, and vintage watches. Their expert design team can restyle your jewelry to today's contemporary style. They also do jewelry and watch repair. Need extra cash? Jewels on Hampton is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches. Bring your collectibles and clocks, sports memorabilia, and figurines too. Jewels on Hampton, 4506 Hampton, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa. Call them at 314-752-5000. That's 314-752-5000. So if you need some extra cash, looking for that one-of-a-kind piece, make Jewels on Hampton your first stop. Jewels on Hampton in St. Louis Hills.
Stewart's American Mortgage is the home of the bagel loan, and if you have been looking to lower your monthly payment on your mortgage, probably the biggest bill you have, if rates have come down, you need Stewie. 314-324-4440, 314-324-4440. My friend Stewie understands the lay of the land, and when you are looking to purchase a new home and acquire a new mortgage, oftentimes you just kind of get handed off to the person who's going to do your mortgage for you. Don't forget to compare notes a little bit. Reach out to Stewie and see what Stewie can do for you. And when you take closing costs out of the picture where you do not have to pay them, that money stays in your pocket, in your savings account. Maybe it gets put towards the offer. Maybe it gets put towards finishing the basement or whatever it might be. Thousands of dollars back in your pocket when you call 314-324-4440, 314-324-4440 to get your mortgage done through Stewart's American Mortgage and the Bagel Loan. Reach out to Stewie. Tell him Annie sent you, or you can Google the Bagel Loan for more information. NMLS number 226715.
Experience the beauty of custom-crafted windows that enhance your home's aesthetics and energy efficiency. Look no further than Infinity from Marvin, proudly brought to you by Lakeside Renovation and Design. Why choose Infinity? These windows are not just strong, they're 8 times stronger than vinyl, providing unmatched security for your home. Plus, with Lakeside's expert installation, you're guaranteed precision and perfection. Visit our showroom or call Lakeside Renovation and Design today. Elevate your home with Infinity from Marvin, where strength meets style.
It's time to book your holiday parties today with Grill Master Tony. Mark Cox here. Grill Master Tony's schedule is starting to fill up, so make your holiday parties easier and tastier with Grill Master Tony for your holidays. It is the season. Choose from brisket or pulled pork or chicken and all the sides, the roasted potatoes, the bourbon baked beans, the French bread from Pete's Italian Bakery on the Hill. Also, don't forget your company parties and your holiday lunches. Visit grillmastertony.com.
When you're hiring for your business, ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. This made us wonder, what if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
Escape rooms? Elementary. And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Simple. So, see what the world is like when ZipRecruiter does the hard work of hiring for you. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
KFTK FM Florissant. From the Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studio.
That's GetJim.com.
97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Attack on Israeli soccer fans anti-Semitic and despicable. There have been several arrests and multiple injuries. 2 Jewish students attacked at DePaul University in Chicago, both of them young men in their 20s.
The Chicago Jewish Alliance says they regularly took up positions on the campus at DePaul to host open conversations about Israel and the controversy surrounding Israel. Video released by the Alliance shows the sudden nature of the attack. Police say they were punched and knocked to the ground subject to anti-Semitic comments.
Fox's Mike Tobin. Police asking the public's help to identify and find the suspects. Just getting word of a phone call between Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas and President-elect Trump. The Palestinian news agency reporting that Abbas offered congratulations and said he looks forward to working with him to achieve a just and comprehensive peace. A newly unsealed federal indictment over an Iranian plot to kill the president-elect. A suspect believed to be in Iran is accused of working with a Revolutionary Guard official to plan an assassination attempt. America is listening to Fox News.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay. Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
It's a nice November evening across the St. Louis area. Partly cloudy skies. Evening temps in the 50s, 46 for the low. Gorgeous on Friday. Mostly sunny, 62. Dry Friday night. Evening and all night long. Partly cloudy, 46. Saturday, periods of rain. Couple of spot storms. 60 for the high. Keep it wet Saturday night. But Sunday and Monday, perfect. Partly sunny and nice, 65 each day. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
And a lot of people, when they come in, they'll say, I'm usually much more active, but since I've been in pain, I've had to limit the activities I'm doing.
You're listening to Janelle, an arch support specialist at the Good Feet store.
So he came in and he wanted to be able to keep up, play sports with his kids. And from there, we figure out which arch supports complement those activities. I fit him with the arch supports, and as I followed up with him, he's messaged me and said, I took my kids to the park today. We're walking, we're exercising, riding the bikes, and those are all things that he wasn't doing before because he was in pain.
For over 25 years, the Good Feet store's arch support specialists have been helping folks to live the life they love without foot, knee, hip, or back pain getting in the way.
Our goal is to have that long-term change for them. That's what's most important, is knowing that you leave an impact on someone's life. And I like that.
Try them for yourself. Stop in for a free personalized fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Visit one of our 2 locations, Creve Coeur and Shiloh, Illinois, and at goodfeet.com.
Hey guys, Glover here with my very, very good friend, Dr. Kathy Maupin at biobalancehealth.com. If you have reached that certain age and you're just not feeling very well and nothing's working the way it used to work, go see Dr. Kathy. She is not only a medical doctor, she is a patient of this bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. It absolutely works. It's a long-term solution. She is an artist when it comes to helping you with your hormones. Biobalancehealth.com for Dr. Kathy Maupin.
Is thinning hair or a receding hairline making you self-conscious? Try Hair Grow from New Nordic. Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start feeling your best with Hair Grow. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com.
You've got thoughts. Did you know you also have a microphone? Listen to 97.1 on the Odyssey app and click the microphone to leave a voice message. Whatever's on your mind, let us know by clicking the microphone in the Odyssey app.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. Appreciate you being here with us. If you're on the Annie Fry YouTube channel, you can see my future puppy. We've been spending some time with these puppies.
I think it's neat that it's a future puppy, because I'm done with the past puppies. I want to look forward, and I do try to live in the present puppies. But to me, right now, after this week and everything the nation's been through, it's all about
we voted against you.
The future puppies.
What are you talking about? I'm so excited to take her home. I think they weighed her yesterday. She's just like 3 pounds.
Wow.
Teeny tiny. They look bigger on the screen than they actually are in person.
I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot more of these puppies in the live stream.
People did ask if we could just leave this up, and I was like, well, I've been doing that.
I don't see a problem with that.
Privately, I've been doing that. We're also asking you, my son is here today shadowing Ethan, who Ethan also has worked in the Cardinals. He's managed the Cardinals clubhouse, not clubhouse, the press
team.
He's the manager. And we could go into that, but we won't. He managed the press box for the radio broadcast, and he also is the play-by-play for Lindenwood football.
Yep.
And my son wants to get into broadcasting, and I'm like, well, there's a smart way to do that and a not so smart way to do that, but he gets extra credit if he shadows somebody. He actually interviewed Ethan on the Halloween night, I think it was. And they did an interview with each other, and Ethan's been so great. So nice.
It's neat. I mean, he's got a good story. He used to tell me that back in the 30s, he used to stand outside of Kaminsky Park and just, say
Call
like he was
games into a soup
pretending it
can.
into a soup can. And, that's where it all starts, is just standing out there in your knickerbockers, just hoping for the best, And that's where he started. And so he's a great person to shadow. Doggone it, I just looked out there and he's not listening to anything I'm saying. That was the whole point of it.
Everybody else was. When you were a kid, did you have hopes and dreams of did you have a very specific thing that you're like, that's the goal?
Yes. I remember in 5th grade and 6th grade wanting to be on Saturday Night Live or write for Saturday Night Live. One of the two. I couldn't believe how awesome that seemed.
They should be looking.
And I decided not to apply, and look what the show's become.
The rest is history.
I can't remember if it was a teacher or somebody, but I used to write deep thoughts when I was in 5th grade. I kid you not. I would just write them. I would make my own up.
Did you ever have them?
Deep thoughts? No. By Jack Handy? No, I did not. But I remember, I think it was a teacher told me, you can't, like, they asked me in 6th grade, what do you want to do? And I remember this because it was so funny. They said, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I would like to be on Saturday Night Live one day like Chris Farley. And the teacher goes, you're not fat enough.
Thank
and I was
you.
like, hey, that's pretty good.
I think that's a win.
Yep. That's why I remember saying it, though, is because he said that.
That's a lofty dream. That's like tops. You can't, if you do that, if you're an aspiring writer in comedy, that's the pinnacle.
Especially then.
So I'm really thinking like you have achieved a practical, attainable kind of, period on the end of that sentence. Your job is in the line of what you wanted to do.
It's a version of that, yeah. It's not the exact same. I mean, I feel really honored to have made, yeah, I do. I feel honored to have made TV shows too, because that was always a dream. And I didn't get to make exactly what I wanted because you never can just go, I want to make this show. And somebody goes, here's $5 million. Like, it just doesn't happen. So you always got to kind of move where it's available. But I got to make 2 seasons of a TV show that aired pretty much nationally. And I have no idea if I'll ever get to do something like that again because the opportunity is so rare that it comes along. But I've always been very proud of that.
Brad, did you have a dream job? I mean, I think it's pretty typical if you ask most young boys, like, I want to be a professional baseball player or whatever it might be. What was your dream?
My dream was to be a professional race car driver. And like, it sounds like, oh yeah, every young boy wants to do that. But you know what? My grandpa had race cars. He used to drive race cars. And he would like local and I would say national. He would travel around the country with it, but it wasn't like his job. It was almost like what he did in retirement. But I grew up around it, watching people tune carburetors, start engines, go to the racetrack. The smell of racing fuel and exhaust from race cars takes me back and fills me with memories of my grandpa and times like that. And I actually got to do it a little bit whenever I was in 7th grade. We bought a race car that was like, they called it a quarter midget. I think I've talked about this.
Oh, yeah, we laughed at the word midget for a long time.
But
we can do that again.
It's like a fancy...
I'm doing it now.
Yeah. It was extra small. It's like a fancier version of a go-kart, and I raced that for a while until I outgrew the car. And then I really haven't raced cars since, and it's just still something that I think that I would do should I come into the type of money that would allow me to do it. But always wanted to race cars.
My whole life, and maybe this is just simply everybody. Maybe it's more so me, but I know me best. My whole life has been coming into an acknowledgement of who I really am and like what really like. There's the version when you're growing up, there's the version of yourself that you're trying to be. And it has a lot to do, like, it's basically nature versus nurture. Like, everything around you, culture, trends, what's popular is all telling you, like, this is what you do. And then their nature will fold right into that or be in great competition from it. And then you have to reconcile those things. My entire life, I have been okay with public speaking. I don't really know why, because I'm actually kind of very much so an introverted person. I'm not the type of person who's like going out and looking to party. When I was younger, I was always up to hang out, but I was never looking to party. Does that make sense? Is that an easy enough way of saying it? I always wanted to be around my good close friends, and I always felt uncomfortable in big party situations. Like, in my mind, there's the finger guns guy.
I probably was that guy.
Do you really think you were finger guns guy?
Ironically.
That's not finger guns guy.
Okay, fine.
Because you were acknowledging finger guns guy existed and then commenting, which is different than unknowingly being finger guns guy. Were you like that? Were you like you wanted to be on the town and in the place with the people all the time? Is that something that you sought out?
No, not really. No, I'm more introverted than it seems too. Which, they define by how do you re-energize? Do you get with people? Which is my wife for sure. She is an extrovert.
She's wonderfully extrovert.
Yeah,
so is my husband.
Really? Oh, I see. I wouldn't have known that.
Oh, yeah.
But when they're with people, like when my wife is with people or we come from an event, she just is like, oh man, I feel so energized. She feels so good. And I'm like, man, I'm drained. I like being with people, and I was with people a lot. I had a really tight-knit group of friends in high school, and we just had a really good class in Collinsville that still is like our reunions. It's like half or more of the class shows up for the unions. Everybody's friends. So it was a good time, but I was never like, hey, I think when you use the word party, there's a connotation to that that's like, I want to go get drunk. I want to do stuff that kids are not supposed to do. And I wasn't really that kid, but I did like hanging out with people. I just had to put a stop to it to re-energize.
I don't seek out those big public places, but I don't mind being in public. And, people will talk about, like, gosh, radio, like, aren't you nervous when, but I would say, I always feel like I'm having a conversation with 2 or 3, 4 people. Mm-hmm. We hope people are listening. We hope that you're out there and you're listening. But when we are discussing these things, it's a personal conversation in here that other people get to listen in on. And then we add in as many social media elements as we can to open and broaden the conversation. It's one of the reasons why I like getting to know the people who are on the chat with us. We shared the picture of the Fannies who had a watch party. They came together through the chat. All of that stuff is so cool. But I think it's interesting to think about how I got to this point in my career, because when I was younger, I thought I wanted to go to NYU. I wanted to be on stage.
No kidding.
Yeah, I wanted to do all those things, and I just look back on that and go, I did not understand myself at all. The performance element of that I get to do, which is kind of in your same way. Like, there was this thing that I wanted to do and participate in. I like to sing, but I don't like to sing in front of people. I'm nervous about it. I'm always worried that if I sing in front of people, that have you ever watched somebody do something and they do not understand how good they aren't?
Yeah, William Hung.
She bangs. But I mean, like in real life.
Yeah, I guess so.
Or somebody's chasing a passion, and you're like, It's not gonna happen.
Yes.
For you, like that is to me the saddest thing, and I was so afraid of that I
tried.
I just like measured myself. I pulled myself back from really trying and failing. I'm not somebody who likes to try things to a great degree that will end up in failure, especially if it's public. Like if I'm committing to it, if I'm invested in it, I'm going to try to be the best, at least that I can be at it. But I'm going to try to be the best at it. And if I can't do it, I'm not involved in it, or I will be a spectator, like a supporter, a volunteer, whatever it might be, to contribute to something if I need to. But I used to think that I wanted to do something big and on stage. And it's weird that I am on stage, but I am also not at the same time. I really love people. I love helping people. I love learning what's really behind the things that are causing people. Like, I want to help people solve problems, but I'm not interested in just the overt be with people for the sake of being with people, that extroversion, social thing. It's like I just need everything to have a purpose, I guess is the way I'm saying it.
I know people who, even now, who are in business, who are super passionate about it, and they have these big dreams, and they're just bad at it. And it makes me sad. But most of the time when you see that, it's usually in college or right after college, somebody trying to figure out their path in life. And I remember I met my wife at a party, and not like a big kegger type party, but a group of people just going to somebody's condo or apartment in college, that era where that's what you do. You just go over to people's apartments and you just hang out and you meet other people. I met her at a party at Mizzou because she went to Missouri, and I was here. And I remember she still makes fun of me because at the time I was that guy who was like, oh, I just thought of something really good. And I would just leave and I would just go write, and I would write it down. Usually it was just some dumb joke. But there were people, but she tells me now, I knew when you were doing it, you were genuinely like, I have to get this on paper because that's such a good idea. And I'm sure if I look back now, it was stupid. But I was like, I have to do this. But there were people that in that same crowd that would say, they would say, oh, I'm so inspired. And they'd leave and be like, I have to go write a poem. And you're like, this is not who you are. If that's who you are, cool. Even if your poem sucks, you are doing it because you are that passionate about it. But there are so many people who try to force the square peg into the round hole because they're trying to find out who they are, especially at that age, that it was tough to watch. And when you were in that developmental stage, I was doing the same thing and watching people like that and going, I don't want anything to do with that. It's so unnatural, but you still gotta try stuff because you gotta find your path.
Yeah.
And it's tough.
It is. I look at it's interesting to look at where we are right now. We kind of our feet flat on the ground in what we're doing right now. Brad, you're newer to radio, but you're like, you kind of count your radio years and dog years. So you've been here for what, 3 years?
Going on 3, yeah.
21 years.
That's a successful career at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I have been at 97.1 since February 2nd of 2009.
It's a long time.
That's 15 years in radio at the same station. That doesn't really necessarily happen. I don't know how long it will last. I never take it for granted. I'm always trying to broaden what we do here. But I love working here. I want to continue to do that. I want to be able to continue to do what we do every day. I love the relationships we've developed with people who are out there listening. It's interesting to watch how you can have these kind of seeds of interest that can develop into something, or how you can dramatically take a different fork in the road, a different side in that fork in the road, and realize, like for me, like the very public thing that I thought I wanted to do, the day that I realized I just don't really want to force myself, because it caused me anxiety to be having small talk after small talk after small talk after small talk. Once I realized that was just who I was and embraced that, then I could go into those situations and handle them better, perform better in them, knowing myself a little bit more. And with us being where we are in our careers, Ethan being like right at the start of what I am promising you right now, you will say, I knew Ethan Hannaford when he was on the Andy Fry Show. He's got so much going for him. And then my son, Charlie, like, he's supposed to say in his honors freshman English class, like, what do you want to do? Like, and he's like, sports broadcasting, which is the second iteration in I want to be a professional baseball player.
Yeah.
Now we're taking a step into what's more practical. He's still playing baseball. He still loves baseball. He works hard at it. He's good at it. But you just kind of go through these lives and these life moments, and God guides you through them, and you take some weird turns, and they end you up where you're at, and you go, wow, I wouldn't have seen this coming. But I'm very, very grateful for where I am. Not on Broadway.
It's nice to have fulfillment.
Almost Broadway. It's right over there.
Yeah, you were off Broadway.
I'm off Broadway.
I was wondering about, like, you always walk around snapping your fingers. Like, you're like, hey. And I'm like, that seems like you're leading towards something. I didn't realize.
I'm like the least jazz hands person you probably know.
You naturally were supposed to be in West Side Story, and you're not.
I was in Kiss Me Kate.
Oh.
you got a problem with Kiss Me Kate?
I don't know that show as well.
Oh, okay.
There are certain Broadway shows that I can reference and act like I know what Broadway is, but if anybody who actually knows Broadway is in the room, I'm out.
Kate says Broadway is not conducive to family life, Annie. The other thing that I thought that I wanted to do, I've talked about this before, is I 100% went into broadcasting and communications to be a sports broadcaster, which is what Charlie's talking about doing and what Ethan is working on. And I worked at KFNS in St. Louis for 3 years. I worked with Frank Cusimano. I was so grateful to start my small step into broadcasting under his wisdom, because he's a wonderful, wonderful person. But I'm like, wait a second. All the games are on nights and weekends. Like, how do you have a family and adhere to raising a family when your job is on nights and weekends? It turned out I wanted to watch the sporting events and not work all of the sporting events. Now, the news, on the other hand, is 24/7, and I've always got thoughts and opinions. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, let's get some of your advice in the YouTube live chat. We will either get to it in the next segment, or we'll take a long segment at 2:45 and get Charlie back in here we'll read some of those pieces of advice that you have, and we'll just let Ryan determine, as the sage age in the room, whether or not the advice is good advice or not.
I'm good at that.
All right.
I'm good at that, too.
Go vote in the Annie Fry YouTube live chat poll as well. Is MAGA for everyone? Yes or no? Amy says, yes, every American will benefit from the MAGA agenda. Whether they admit it or not is their issue. The world will also benefit from MAGA. Vicky says, yes, but hate has such a stronghold on the left. We got to work on that. Mark says, of course, MAGA is for all Americans. All right. Give us your YouTube advice for a freshman in high school who's learning a little bit about the background of broadcasting. We'll be back after this.
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show. The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Oh, baby, you can't fool me. Your body's got other plans, so stop pretending you're shy. Just come on and dance.
Air Comfort Service, keeping you in your comfort zone for decades here in St. Louis. You can save up to $4,400. $4,400 with double carrier cool cash rebates on qualifying HVAC equipment. Plus, you can qualify for 0% financing up to 72 months. Utility rebates, tax credits. If you have an HVAC need in your near future, you need to put this phone number in your phone right now. Call them when it's convenient for you, but save with double carrier cool cash rebates up to $4,400 with Air Comfort Service. Here's the number to call, 314-513-0091, 314-513-0091, and ask them about those double carrier cool cash rebates where you can save up to $4,400, 0% financing, utility rebates, tax credits. They've got a whole heap of savings piled up for you, and they want to make sure that you get the very best possible deal on an absolutely great system for your home. Also, for your commercial place of business, they do both residential and commercial. 314-513-0091, aircomfortservice.com.
Weather can be unpredictable nowadays, But your local news station on the free Odyssey app has got you covered. Whether you need an umbrella, windbreaker, or an extra layer, or two, we'll let you know. Download the free Odyssey app and search for your local news station to listen on your smartphone or ask your smart speaker to play it before you head out the door. Download the free Odyssey app and search for your local news station. That's AUDACY.
The Roots and Boots Tour 90s Electric Throwdown. With Sammy Kershaw.
That's my story.
Colin Ray.
Oh, that's my story.
And Aaron Tippett. Tomorrow night at 7 at the Family Arena.
There ain't nothing wrong with
Reserve seats on sale now at the Carroll House Furniture box office, located at the Family Arena or at Ticketmaster. Roots and Boots Tour 90s Electric Throwdown.
Step into a world of enchantment this holiday season with Cirque Musica Holiday Wonderland. From awe-inspiring acrobatics to gravity-defying aerial feats, it's the perfect fusion of circus artistry and beloved holiday songs in a celebration guaranteed to create memories for the entire family. December 5th, 7 p.m., the Family Arena. On sale at the Carroll House Furniture box office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster. Inspire your holiday spirit with Cirque Musica Holiday Wonderland.
In Missouri, farming isn't just a profession, it's a purpose. You can feel it in our 27 million acres of farmland. You can see it in the nearly 41,000 Missourians who work in agriculture. You can hear it at our farmers markets. You can count it in the $93.7 billion it brings our state. And you can taste it at your family's dinner table. A lot of farmers in our state rely on Bayer's tools and inventions because Bayer has a purpose too. To help farmers thrive. Learn more at go.bayer.com/purpose. Paid for by Bayer.
When you're hiring for your business, ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. This made us wonder, what if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
Escape rooms? Elementary. And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Simple. So, see what the world is like when ZipRecruiter does the hard work of hiring for you. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
TheDiamondShop.net. If you are looking for something absolutely stunning for yourself, maybe a beautiful pair of earrings for this holiday season. If you are looking for an engagement ring or a wedding band, go to the Diamond Shop. These are wonderful people, and they have just the thing that you are looking for. If they don't have it, they can create it. They can manifest whatever your idea is into something that you can purchase, that you can give. And if you go to the Diamond Shop, a reminder, they have 6 months, same as cash financing. So if you want to spread the payments out over the course of some time, you can certainly do that as well. Reach out to the Diamond Shop and understand that they are guaranteed to take you in, to treat you with respect, to understand that your budget, your expectations, they are going to work as hard as they can to satisfy all of that so that you can walk away recommending the Diamond Shop to other people in your family. Become a VIP and visit them online right now at thediamondshop.net.
For details and a list of all station contest rules, visit www.971talk.com/rules.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Air Comfort Service is celebrating 55 years of residential and commercial service, maintenance, and installation of heating and cooling systems. Get in your comfort zone. Visit aircomfortservice.com.
There's a music station that fits your taste at Odyssey.com. Download the app for instant access to hundreds of music stations and listen live to 97.1 FM Talk. The Odyssey app. Download it or stream from 971talk.com. This is the Annie Fry Show. The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
In the days of Saturday Annie Fry shows, that song was one of the key bump songs that I would play.
What is it?
Half Crazy?
That's what's called? Half Crazy?
It's called Half Crazy.
Okay.
I don't...
I didn't know if you were talking about yourself or someone in the room.
Well, that too.
Ryan Wiggins.
She's a glass half crazy kind of person.
I don't know if that's how it goes, but...
No, I don't know if it's how it goes. Whole crazy, half crazy, whatever. That's the name of the song. I love it. We asked some people to send in some of their advice. If you were to be able to give a 14-year-old, 15-year-old freshman in high school advice. My son is here, and he is shadowing Ethan today. Ethan, how is the shadowing going so far? Has he gleaned the necessary knowledge?
Well, I kind of feel bad because after a certain point, there's only so much that I could tell him out there. I'm just pulling audio for the Mark Reardon show.
Yeah?
So he's, I'm glad that he's able to get in studio here and kind of see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's definitely a lot to take away from the interaction with, and just conversation. It's more than just people talking. Now, there definitely are segments when it's where Ryan Wiggins just pulls off miracles. But
wow.
Thanks.
But,
you took him down into KMOX Sports too. And
showed him KMOX, and unfortunately Fridays Tom Ackerman's out and Matt Pauly's not here at this time of day yet, so there wasn't a lot of sports personalities around yet. But we'll have to get him in at another time as well, and hopefully he can. Because this is a good place to have some connections to, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. So we asked you for some advice to leave some in the Annie Fry YouTube chat. You can also vote in the Annie Fry YouTube live chat poll. Is MAGA for everyone, yes or no? We'll discuss that at the next segment, about 2:45. Brian, before we get into the advice of the listeners, do you have any wise words to your former 14, 15-year-old self or to my son Charlie, who's standing right next to you?
Well, I want to pull up a comment from Vicky and I kind of piggyback on that one. It says, enjoy your high school years. This is one that it's true. That's not bad advice, but I heard that, and I don't know if people tell you this a lot. High school and college, people would always say, oh man, those are the best years of your life. Do you ever hear that?
Yeah.
That advice made me, and I'm not talking about this from Vicky. Enjoy your high school years is great, but the people who would say you're in the best years of your life, that is such a hopeless statement because there's so many things wrong with the current environment that you're in that you're like, this is as good as it gets. And then also I think a lot of people who say that to you, they're wanting to relive that, and it means that they're not in a place where they're very happy.
Yeah.
But that is not necessarily good advice, because if you're, totally honesty here, if you're following God, he's just going to keep opening new opportunities and making things exciting. Mm-hmm. And he's not somebody who leads you into boredom. He just doesn't. And so if you're doing things right, as you get older, things become more fun, things become easier, you know who you are a little bit more, and every season has things that are enjoyable about it. I'm not saying that, and everyone's different. But I would say anybody who tells you, oh, you better enjoy it now, this is the best time of your life, throw that out the window.
And just to piggyback off of that, I completely 100% agree. I remember being in high school and being like, oh man, there's no way.
Like you've just completed the best days of your life. Sorry.
There's no way that it gets better than this. And then being in college and living at home for 2 years in a JUCO, and then doing university for 2 years and being like, oh man, there's no way it gets better than this. And now being in like the young adult aspect and just being married and starting my career, like I'm like, man, there's no way like it can get better than where I am right now. Like so much of that is, yes, I was also being told those same things. Oh man, this is the time where it doesn't get better, and like I would have to disagree that the Lord does open doors. And I think that to add on to that as well, my advice to myself, and I think that is applicable to anyone too, is like when I was in high school, depending on who I was around, I was so ashamed of my faith because I was so afraid of what like people were going to think of me, or what people were going to say, or like what the popular kids at school, if they were going to pick on me because of it. I was so afraid of what other people thought about me. It does not matter at all what they think about you. So Word talks about like being unashamed of the gospel. And so I would say that the best piece of advice I could give to especially a young believer is don't be ashamed of what other people think about you and what your beliefs are, because at the end of the day, you're not going to be answering to them.
Yeah.
You guys are great.
Yeah.
You guys are great.
Can I piggyback off of that too?
Sure.
Piggybacking continues.
So
I guess we'll do the listener ones in the next episode.
So what he was talking about there is not being ashamed, but not only that, there's nothing wrong with going against the crowd whenever you know what's right is right. You are under no obligation to go along with the crowd.
Unless the crowd is right.
Then go along with the crowd. But if the crowd is wrong and you know it's right, stand for what's right. Maybe you don't have to do it big and exciting and boisterous or whatever, but quietly say, no, I'm not going to take part in that. I'm not going to do that. You know, and you'll see it through high school. You'll know what I'm talking about when you when you encounter it. But you're under no obligation to go along with the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, so lean into it and know that I'm going to do what's right. If the sky falls, I'm going to do what's right. And when the crowd's going right, go right. Have fun. Have a blast. But when the crowd's going wrong, step away from it and be you. Be Charlie. Don't be anybody else.
Jackie has some advice before we wrap this segment.
After you found the love of your life, don't forget to spend time with your mom.
Oh, Jackie!
Did you text Jackie privately and say, post this in the chat?
I did not.
Okay.
But she is the smartest one of all of us.
She knows how to get her comment featured first,
Yeah,
that's
you
for
do.
sure.
Will you do that, Charlie?
Yeah.
You spend time with your wife first, though.
Okay.
When you find her,
Okay.
she comes first. But I will be lurking. I will respectfully be lurking. All right, we've got a lot of thoughts in here. I think there's some really good and funny ones in here. So let's take a quick break. When we come back, your advice to a 14-year-old freshman young man, young handsome man, I might add, in the studio with us. My son Charlie is shadowing our show today, specifically Ethan, and we'll give some of your wise advice to Charlie when we come back, as well as the YouTube live chat poll. Is MAGA for everyone? Yes or no? Let us know what you think. We'll be right back.
This is The Annie Fry Show. The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Sivia Law, S-I-V-I-A, law.com, SiviaLaw.com. If you are looking to ask questions about an estate plan that you've maybe already created, you don't have to be brand new to this. You probably procrastinated on this. Maybe you created one a long time ago and you haven't had it looked up since then. Sivia Law is there to guide you through that process. Call them at 833-995-WILL, 833-995-WILL, and start the conversation there. You can set up your strategy session. They will get you in 2 weeks completed documents. That's how quickly you can turn this around. But let me highlight what they are doing for Veterans Day. This coming Monday, you need to know the number, 833-995-WILL. Make sure the veterans in your life know that Sivia Law, at their 5 locations, are giving the first 20 veterans at each of those 5 offices to call 833-995-WILL on Veterans Day. Free power of attorneys for health and finance. If you reach out to them, complimentary health and financial powers of attorney as their sign of gratitude for your sacrifice to this country on Veterans Day, 833-995-WILL. Veterans at each of their 5 locations, they are in Missouri and in Illinois. Reach out to them, make that phone call on Veterans Day, and get those complimentary powers of attorney that you absolutely deserve. 833-995-WILL, 833-995-WILL, SiviaLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
If you've been hurt on the job, you need the best. Onder Law. Hurt on the job? Call Onder Law today for a free review at 314 or 618-9000000.
Guys, it's time to take charge of your health with my friends at Victory Men's Health. Mark Cox here. I already love what they do at Victory. They do hormone optimization, sexual health, weight loss, even vitamin deficiencies. Now they're offering specialty cardiovascular testing and even early detection cancer screening. Visit them at one of their 4 great locations, now in Sunset Hills, Town and Country, O'Fallon, Missouri, and O'Fallon, Illinois. Tell them Mark Cox sent you. Go to victorymenshealth.com.
Hey guys, Glover here with my friends at Triton Exteriors, specifically my friend Tim Nesbitt, who is the owner. He is from the customer service business, 20 years in the restaurant business, so the answer is yes. What's the question? Anything you need. Hospitality, personal service, we're upscale. We're a James Hardy company. roofing and siding and gutters, and great value. Tim just texted me, and he beat the next closest bid by $15,000 just this week. You can call 314-717-1159 or Triton-STL.com.
Hi, this is Thomas Helbig with the Retirement Advisory Group.
Hi, I'm Bob Kershaw. As a family business, we are committed to protecting your retirement, whether you're nearing retirement or already retired. What if it were possible to protect you from market downturns without having to make an emotional decision to buy or sell? What if you could take advantage of a strategy that would automatically take you out of harm's way during the bad years and position you for the growth opportunity during the good years?
The secret is in linking safely to the market without putting your principal at risk. By linking to the market instead of owning the market, you can participate safely on autopilot and lock in your gains without creating a taxable event. Go online at retirementkey.com for a no-obligation retirement review. We'll teach you the strategy that has helped our clients retire with confidence for the past 38 years. And just for coming in, you'll get a copy of our latest edition book, Your Key to a Worry-Free Retirement. So go online at retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
Are you worried about the state of the economy? Concerned about market crashes and rising inflation wiping out your savings? At Noble Gold Investments, we understand your fears and have a solution. Call us today at 1-888-403-1050. Imagine safeguarding you and your family with a tangible asset that has stood the test of time. Gold. With Noble Gold Investments, you can diversify your portfolio and protect your wealth from economic turmoil. Our team will guide you through the process, ensuring you make informed decisions that best suit your needs. Call Noble Gold Investments today at 1-888-403-1050. That's 1-888-403-1050. The future is uncertain. Take control now. Call 1-888-403-1050.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon for New Perspective Senior Living in Weldon Spring. New Perspective is just opening. I had the chance to take a tour and meet the staff. I got to tell you, this place is amazing. They offer state-of-the-art independent or assisted living, as well as memory care. Imagine your loved one enjoying delicious meals, activities, entertainment, and even an AI fall detection system. New Perspective Senior Living of Weldon Spring is redefining senior living. Visit npseniorliving.com to schedule a tour today. That's npseniorliving.com.
The YouTube live chat poll is just 4 words long. Is MAGA for everyone? However, as I say that, I realize that MAGA is an acronym, and so it could be more words than just 4. Anyway, yes or no?
I was going to add, but there's nothing to add.
Is MAGA for everyone? Let us know in the YouTube live chat poll. 2:45. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
Good job. It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon. I cannot imagine that the roundtable is going to be dull today. Jane will be here, Republican consultant Greg Keller, State Representative Steve Butts. We get rolling right after Fox News at 3.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on X at Annie Fry Show.
Earlier today on Fox, I think it was on America Reports or America's Newsroom or whatever it is with Bill Hemmer and Dana Perino, they had Tyrus on there, and he was going off doing his Tyrus thing, and he called Mika Brzezinski Micah, and Bill Hemmer goes, "Did you just call her Micah?" He goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. They got Trump's name wrong and called him Hitler, but yes, Mika."
Oh, it was like he baited the question.
Yeah, it was
wow.
like, hey, when I was listening, I laughed out loud. I was by myself in the house. Oh.
That's amazing.
It was very funny. Tyrus has had a little pep in his step for a few weeks, and I'm so happy that it was added to on Tuesday with the election results. But he was in rare form yesterday as well. So you go to andyfryshow.com and check out all of the podcasts for the show. There's a playlist there if you're not like a podcasting person, but you do want to listen to the podcasts. If you go to andyfryshow.com, there on the homepage, there's also a listen to the podcast heading there at the top of andyfryshow.com. Are you guys ready to give the listener advice to a freshman in high school, Charlie? Are you ready to listen to what the listeners of the show have to say? Yeah. Can we get his microphone on? Thank you.
I don't think so.
Let's ask that very deep question again. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Man of many words.
Yeah, not so much. Go ahead, Ethan. Why don't you go through them and Ryan edit.
As we go through these, just remember, as speaking from someone that has been given advice of the people in this chat before, some of it's good, some of it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's your job to decide. I'm going to throw it all at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's Ryan's job to interject, which also doesn't make it.
I will lightly filter it, but I will not heavily filter this. So, and with that being said, I will start off with this. Stay away from the girls that are crazy and expensive.
No, it says from the girls they are. This is like labeling all of them.
It doesn't say that are. It says
they are. So stay away from
from the girls.
I'll leave this to
they
you,
are
Ryan.
crazy and expensive.
You could edit it that way, though.
I'll one up it and go the one above it. Work hard, keep learning, and stay away from crazy chicks.
It's his theme.
It looks like it's from Donald Trump.
What, you guys have any dating advice for him?
Yeah.
High school dating advice?
Yeah.
He's so uncomfortable right now.
Definitely. So, like, if a girl is really hot, she probably likes you. And you should just go for it. There's really no doubt. Hey, this is true, though. Girls like confidence. Even stupid confidence. So just go for it.
We'll
Ryan
discuss
Wiggins,
this at
you
home.
just
Hey.
defined yourself in 2 words. Stupid confidence.
Also, if you can make her laugh, you got a chance.
It's true. That's true.
That's not always true. But
What if they're laughing at you?
I will say that the ones who are, you can tell right away if they're trying to get something out of you, too.
The ones.
Do stay away from those. The ones who are like, oh, you should take me here and take me there. Be like, look.
Look, baby.
Just remember, you're talking to my son.
Look, we're going to go to the drive-in, and we're taking about 15 people because it's cheaper per person. And that's how you figure out if your girl is there to have a good time and hang out with you, or if she's like, no, I want you to take me to a nice movie with a leather chair.
Oddly specific.
That never
Are you
happened.
okay? Next.
How about this one? Be involved, whether it be with school programs, sports, music, whatever. Get involved with other people. Ryan?
What do you think about that, Charlie?
Just do stuff in school to make it so you're not just sitting at home by yourself.
Are you active?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty active kid.
Yeah, that's good advice.
What are the sports that you were hoping to play this year?
Golf. I played golf last season. I'm playing basketball. Next season, I'm going to do baseball and hopefully volleyball.
How was golf?
Well, I sucked.
It's all right, man. It's all right.
Before you started the season, how many full rounds of golf had you played before you started golf this year?
Are we counting scrambles?
Sure.
Yeah, you can count
That
scramble.
counts.
1. And that was a family scramble.
I think we counted it.
The opportunity was there for him to play golf. And don't you think, Ryan, you golfed in high school, but the experience and the education and the coaching you get when you're in high school golfing is the most practical usage of any athleticism that you have for the long term.
Yes.
My 4 years of basketball varsity level playing at my senior year was successful in my basketball career specifically. Not too practical anymore. There's not much there.
In golf, you can play for the rest of your life. That's what's nice about it. I will say, when I was in high school, we had a really good team when I was a junior because the seniors were good.
Collinsville High School?
Yeah, we went to state, and that was fun. The only time I ever got to do that. And then when I was a senior, we did nothing because we were not very good without those other seniors.
Did you have fun, though?
Oh, yeah, it was a blast.
And you're a better golfer today because you played in high school, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so, probably. But man, it was so hard playing these sports. Like when I was just starting, and trying to make these teams is so stressful.
Yeah.
And there's so much pressure on you to perform, and you're like, I don't even know like how to do normal life stuff, let alone perform at this level that people are expecting. But there's so many select sports now, it's probably a little different. But I remember my golf coach, I kid you not, and I wouldn't tell this story if it were not 100% true. I was so
just like
tense.
the other ones.
Yeah, I only tell true stories.
You're like when Donald Trump goes, "That's true."
And that's true. Oh man,
when he's reading
how about
a script.
that?
Yeah.
When I was trying out for my golf team in my sophomore or junior year, I was so tense that when I was on the driving range, the coach drove by and goes, "Wiggins, you're so tense I couldn't even get a golf club between your butt cheeks." He's like, "Loosen up." I was like,
what is happening?
Oh, okay. And then I tried to, and I don't know if it worked, but I do remember that advice.
You tried to put a golf club between your butt cheeks?
He didn't try, but he did suggest that he couldn't if he did try, because I was so like robotic about everything because I was trying so hard. So anyway, definitely get involved with sports. They're like super fun, Charlie.
All right, you got the next piece of advice from
Here we
listener?
go. From RSG, it says, Charlie, in the 1800s, men at your age knew how to make their own beer. That's not advice, but it starts with the word advice. Charlie, in the 1800s, men at your age knew how to make their own beer.
It's just a statement.
It's not, I guess he wants
there
you
more?
to learn? I don't know.
His dad would probably really like it if he learned how to make good beer. You just can't drink it yet, bud.
Yeah.
Well, make non-alcoholic beer. That's what every kid loves.
That's root beer.
Yeah, exactly. How about this one?
All right. It says, here's my advice for the little dude. Always be honest with yourself. If you do, you will make better friends, and friends come in handy. I think what he's saying here is make friends because later you can use them.
That's bad advice.
I'm not sure, but do have friends. You know, one of the pieces of advice that I think a couple people have kind of hit on is that when you're in these groups and you're doing all these like activities, college is the same way. So much of college is just networking. Like it's just meeting people who you will go on to either work with.
It's so different from when we were even there. And when we were there, it wasn't even practical in the way that it was presented.
Yeah. And so there are some majors that certainly are valuable. But here's the next one. Dale says, advice, learn as much about the technical side of radio starting now. It can get your foot in the door before you get behind the mic. Also, you'll appreciate what the engineers do for you.
And we certainly do.
We do. That's actually how I got into TV and radio, was being a behind-the-scenes guy.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
When I started here in 2009, it was the digital brand manager for the station, and I supported everything in the background. One more?
Janine says, don't forget that no matter what, your parents love you, want the best for you, and will always forgive you no matter what. I think that's pretty good advice.
Facts, for sure.
That's good advice.
I think that the one thing that when I look back, like the amount of day-to-day details that when you're a kid just seem like the biggest thing in the entire history of the world. And then you do Tuesday, and then you do it over and over again, that there aren't things that are it's not that big of a deal. Like you just got to keep pushing through. You're not nearly as bad as you think you are. You're also not nearly as good as you think you are. Just like getting that level place is a very tough thing. And that's, to me, all of what high school is just trying to figure out who am I really, so that you can thrive at the things you're good at and work on the things that you're not. Charlie, did you learn from Ethan today?
Yes.
You want to tell Mrs. Morrison hi? Mrs. Morrison's mom. Isn't that the class you're shadowing for?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Hi.
She's probably pretty inspired.
I think that we can all agree he has a wonderful future in broadcasting. The YouTube live chat poll for today is MAGA for everyone, yes or no? Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah.
Brad?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, yes. 368 votes. They're still coming in right now. 79% of you say yes. So 1 in 5 says no. Let's work on that. Let's get that down a little bit so people understand this is a movement for everybody. Thank you for listening. What a week to be with you here on 97.1 and the Annie Fry Show. Keep it here. Mark Reardon next.
So beat the drum. Require completion of an online consultation with an independent healthcare provider and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Additional restrictions apply. See website for more details and safety information.
Did you know millions of people are getting prescription medications for weight loss, sexual health, better sleep, and more, all online? RexMD.com has made getting these medications fast and easy, with free delivery of the most popular medications right to your door. Just fill out a brief survey, and if appropriate, we'll prescribe and ship clinically proven options to help with issues like weight loss.
I've lost 45 pounds so far. It's nice to get back into clothes that I haven't been able to wear for a long time.
We can also help with insomnia.
I slept through the whole night. It made me feel very well rested and ready to go for the day.
And RexMD can improve your sexual health.
I felt like a young man again. My wife is happier. I am definitely much happier.
At RexMD.com, we've made the process fast, easy, and affordable. Visit RexMD.com right now to get started. That's REXMD.com.
At Odyssey, we believe in casting a wide net to create a diverse and inclusive workforce, as we value the power of community and encourage local organizations to help us in referring qualified applicants to our stations. If you're a community organization interested in receiving our vacancy information, simply email equalemployment@odyssey.com. You'll be directly notified of our open positions. Again, that's equalemployment@odyssey.com. And for our listeners, we invite you to visit odysseyinc.com/careers. There, you'll find an online listing of job openings at all Odyssey radio stations.
Is your home, business, or church looking tired, chalky, or in need of curb appeal? Go Rhino. Tired of painting year after year? Go Rhino. Our unique 3M ceramic technology is perfect for brick, stucco, aluminum, steel, color lock masonite, and more. It's backed by our 25-year transferable warranty to not chip, crack, or peel. Great if you're staying, and even better if you're selling. Our ceramic coating allows you to maintain all of your architectural features. The decision to do vinyl will leave your home looking like a plastic moldy box. With Rhino Shield, in 15 years, your home will still have that, wow, it looks like you just got it painted. We've done large condo complexes, parking garages, pole barns, and commercial strip malls. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. Evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. See what we did there? Genius. Tell them, ladies.
No paint, don't Rhino. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
At Hampton Manor of Wentzville, they go the extra step to make sure their residents feel special. Mark Cox here for my friends at Hampton Manor. I recently stopped by there. You know, their veterans are celebrated with special recognitions, including special pastries created by their pastry chef. They have their own private chef. They'll even feed you lunch if you stop by for a visit at this great senior living community off the Lake St. Louis exit at Highway 70. Schedule your appointment today at WentzvilleAssistedLiving.com.
KFTK FM Florissant. From the Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studio.
That's GetJim.com.
97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
A Trump assassination plot hatched in Iran. Lisa Brady, Fox News. The Justice Department unsealing a federal indictment charging a suspect who is not in custody and believed to have been working on a plot with an Iranian Revolutionary Guard official.
The man they are looking for on the run right now, a 51-year-old who is allegedly working directly with the Iranian regime on a plan to kill the president-elect. His name is Farhad Shakiri, and authorities believe that he's in Iran. According to a criminal complaint unsealed hours ago, Shakiri demanded large sums